All right, everyone. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Welcome back to Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025, benefiting Planned Parenthood, where they say that your health is our highest priority and we believe your body is your own. We've got a great run coming up for you. TheKingsPride is going to be running Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and we have two incentives that have been met way before the run. We have the Va Nabora Showcase and the Va Meadow Showcase. Those are both $100 donations for those incentives, and the generous community has skyrocketed those. So Pride has been talking about how much pain those are going to bring him during the run. So yeah, as speedrunners, we love to see somebody else in pain during a run, but triumph through it to make a great show for you. All right, before I hand it over to Pride, we've got a couple of announcements. There is still nipple percent, hashtag free the nipple percent for Super Mario Odyssey. Right now, it looks like, let's see here, we've got $5 towards that $200 donation, and that needs to be met basically before the run of Super Mario Odyssey, which is going to be right after this. So make sure you get those donations in. And speaking of which, GMO Pasta has started a donation match up to $500. So every donation that you send in, GMO Pasta is going to match you up to the next $500. And that's just for the next 30 minutes. So make sure you get your donations in and give Pride some support towards the start of the run. And Pride, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Fodder. Hello. I am TheKingsPride, but you can just call me Pride, and I'm so glad to show off one of my favorite games in the world. This is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and joining me along on this wonderful, wacky little adventure, I have the one and only Pippi in a top hat. Say hello, Pippi.
Hi! Sorry, I didn't say hello, I said hi. Is that okay?
Yeah, well, we're off to a bad start.
Let's take it from the top.
Yeah, let's take it from the top. Say hello, Pippi.
Hello. Sorry, I messed up again. Hello. Okay.
Hello. Okay, we're starting with the inside jokes early. Anyway, we're gonna get right into the run here. I'm gonna be loading into Mission 1. So this is a Warriors game. If anybody has not experienced one of these before, they're fantastic. We are a war machine of unbridled death. We're gonna kill everything. Everything. I am not going to be pledging 1 cent per enemy death here. Last time that I did that, I almost bankrupted myself.
Oh,
but we are going to be loading in. Time will start when I press A to start the battle here. We are going to be diving right into a trick, so bear with me. It's going to be a little dense right at the beginning. And in 3, 2, 1, begin the run. All right, so this is Riju. This is Patricia. Say hi, Patricia. Thank you very much.
Hi, Patricia.
So this is going to be our fastest mode of transportation. Is going to be rampaging with Patricia. Now, we're headed right into a trick that I discovered called ETA into FTT. It's 2 segments of the same trick. Neither works without the other. So ETA is early tower activation. We're going to get a mission to capture 3 outposts along the left end of our map here. You can see in the bottom right. So we're going to capture this one first. 2 spins on this Moblin. Excellent. Now, this outpost is really important to capture. These guys looked grouped up good enough. So we're going to bash into those guys, grab this, spawn the boss, get the boss. Oh, that looks perfect, actually. And we're going to get here before this text box is done. Excellent. Okay. I can breathe again. So this is going to spawn our tower early here. It's going to teleport us straight to the tower, so it saves us a little bit of movement time, but not much. So I'll explain what capturing outposts means. I'm going to get blown up by a barrel. That's fine. But the next part of this is coming up. This is FTT. It stands for Fast Taba Thank You and Nothing Else. We're going to capture nothing else. We're going to capture this. We're going to press A here with this text on screen. Now, Impa's going to trigger this dialogue way earlier than she's supposed to. We didn't quite capture the outpost, which is unfortunate, but we're going to take a second here. Capture that. Great. We're going to order Riju. Again, I'll explain all of this coming up, I swear. This is just a very dense part of the run. And we get Taba early. This is Taba. He's my bird friend. He destroys everything. Absolutely everything. I can breathe again. I can slow down. Okay. So.
Merge business.
Burge business. So we're going to be capturing this outpost, and by that I mean we have this little segmented area here with a bunch of enemies just kind of standing around. We're going to kill a bunch of them, deplete the health bar you can see at the top above me. That is the bar that shows how many enemies I need to kill, and then it spawns an outpost boss. The outpost boss needs to die to capture the outpost. Now we're going to go here, we're going to use a special attack, and hopefully this works. A lot of the time it won't. We're going to try to kill all 3 of these moblins. Nope, we're missing one on the right. That one's usually our problem child. But that is going to be mission 1 done. Okay.
Very nice.
Mission 1 is the
Incredible.
most technically dense part of this entire run. I'm so glad that it takes like a minute and a half, or 2.5 minutes. It also, it's a lot. So from here, we're going to chill a little bit. We're going to be able to slow down, actually explain what the heck is going on and all of this nonsense.
Slow down the commentary, not the gameplay. Keep going fast.
Yes, no, the gameplay is going to keep going fast. The commentary can slow down. I can take a breath. I can actually start describing what we're doing with these characters as we're having our grand old time romping through Hyrule right now. So, this is a mission-based game. So we're going to be moving from mission to mission, and you can see this big overworld map of Hyrule. It's beautiful. All of our missions are in geographically accurate locations, so we have to move our cursor over to our mission. Sometimes it'll be faster for me to choose from the mission menu. As the run goes on, that'll be less and less fast. And our cursor is randomly placed because the DLC just spawns red enemy encounters somewhere on the map. So basically, I'm going to be trying to react to that. I'm going to be trying to judge whether it's faster to go through our menu or through the overworld. And we're going to swap to Teba here. So this is our first escort quest of the game. So we have to make sure that Zelda makes it to the end of this huge maze you can see down in the bottom right. Basically, beginning of the game, a little bit of plot here. This is the greatest piece of fanfiction ever written. This is Hyrule fanfiction based around the Breath of the Wild timeline, but it takes place in the 100 years before Breath of the Wild actually happens, right before the Calamity. A little egg-shaped guardian comes through a portal in time. People called out the time travel in this game, and I was just like, guys, it's Zelda. We've had time travel since like game 3.
This is true, yeah.
But he came through and he's trying to help us avert the Calamity. So that's going to be our job through this whole game. We'll tell you if it works. But we're currently headed to the Ancient Lab to analyze our little eggy friend's memories. Ignore that Zelda's on a motorcycle. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry about it.
Slides into screen.
Don't worry about it. Zelda, ow. So we're getting accosted by a guardian here. That shouldn't be happening. What? We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and count. So that specific attack works best at 200 beats per minute exactly. So Through the Fire and the Flames by Dragon Force is exactly 200 beats per minute. So I just sing that under my breath whenever I have to do that attack. We do it twice in this run. It is the most damaging attack Teba has, but it locks him in place whenever he does it. So it's not going to be super optimal to use often unless we have enemies with huge amounts of health, like that Guardian. Also, Mission 2's done. I forgot to mention that. It's supposed to be very long. You're supposed to lead that Guardian through that whole maze and like fire off turrets and stuff. It's this crazy series of events. But we just kind of skip it all. So here's our first. This category is technically no Divine Beasts. This is a category that I made up because the Divine Beasts, with 2 notable exceptions, which you all donated very generously to see, are very flashy auto-scrollers. The 2 that we'll be showing off are very cool. These, we're going to be skipping these. So we're just going to hit regular battle here. Another thing that can happen on the overworld menu is that random missions will have blood moons on them. Those will be a modifier that makes the mission more difficult, gives you more rewards. We don't care about rewards, and more difficult means slower. So we hope that none of those will be spawning on our face. where we need to be going next. If they do, I really cry and I donate, I don't know, $10 for the chaos incentive at the end of the marathon.
Heck yeah, let's hear for the chaos incentive later today.
Why not turn my pain into a wonderful donation for Planned Parenthood?
Turn your pain into donations for Planned Parenthood, and pain for future runners, and pleasure for me and the rest of all of us who will get to watch during the chaos run.
Exactly.
Pain is money. Yeah,
pain is
exactly.
money.
Yeah, I just like to point out on the previous mission that the reason that's supposed to take so long is that you're not supposed to be able to kill that guardian.
Yeah, he has endgame boss levels of health.
Yeah, this is New Game Plus, which means all of your characters and your weapons can be already improved from previous gameplay. You're not starting at level 0. You might have noticed that when character selecting, all of your choices were level 100.
Yes, that is correct.
They are all max leveled, and also they all have these like ridiculously high level weapons that have various seals on them that are going to like buff whatever that character does well. So Teba, who's doing a lot of aerial attacks, is going to have more buffs for aerial attacks. Some of them will have buff for movement, for mid-air movement, whatever it is, which is how you can murderly an endgame boss in level, what, 2? 3? Was that 2?
Level 2.
Yeah. Sorry, just wanted to jump in there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great thing to mention. So, this is also a fantastic mission to show off our orders system. So, a very prevalent mechanic in all of the Warriors games, after a certain point, I think, is that you can have multiple characters, and you can give orders to your characters to tell them where to go. Also, are we going to get fish out of this chest? Fish? Fish bless? Bow. Ugh, gross.
Ugh.
No fish. But we are going to give all of our characters orders because while our characters aren't great on their own, just like moving around, they do have a little bit of movement speed just passively. So we take advantage of that passive movement and we order them where to go. And that's actually all correct. We take advantage of being able to place them where we need them to be. So you see that I'm going to move Riju here, which is going to have her going back to the spot that I started at. And Teba's standing right here, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3 to this fan attack. This is an extraordinarily strong attack that hits I hit it too early. That doesn't happen very often. Just too good. I'm sorry, everybody. So we're going to give Teba to go over there and Riju to go over here. So we're going to swap to Riju immediately and take out this electric moblin. A huge part of this run is that we're going to be preempting orders before they give them to us. So it just started telling us to take out that electric moblin. So we got to take them out before it told us to, and now we have a bunch more enemies that it's telling us to take out. You can see that we've already done half of them. So that's where a lot of our speed comes in this game. Is basically we're just gonna do things before we're told to. Pretty much the story of my life. But we take out this blue moblin, we use our bomb rune. I'll talk about runes in a little bit. They are extraordinarily powerful uses of our time. We're usually just gonna bomb enemies. You have access to all 4 of the runes from Breath of the Wild. You have Magnesis, Cryonis, Stasis, and Bomb. And wouldn't you believe it? Hitting enemies with bombs usually kills them.
This is true.
I think that that's like part of the Geneva Convention or something. If you hit somebody with a bomb, they're legally supposed to die. But now we got a little text in the bottom that's like, oh no, Sidon has gone to fight a Lionel by himself. Reminder, this is 100 years beforehand. Sidon's a baby right now. So, kind of dumb of him. Little baby gay. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. This might be too far away. Oh, no, we're good. So we're gonna just demolish this Lionel. And boom.
Yeah.
Zelda sliding into screen on the motorcycle.
Yup.
Yeah.
Zelda on motorcycle is my favorite character. Quickly followed by Egg. Yeah, those weak point gauges come at the cost of a lot of time because they add on a whole extra animation. So if Pride can kill things with just regular attacks, typically he's going to. If like, you know, even though it will take a couple more attacks, but if a single weak point hit can take something out, it often is worth watching the animation for stuff like that. And then you get those really flashy, satisfying animations where it just, boom, dead.
Yeah, early game, they're pretty much overkill. Later game, we're going to be using them a lot more. But I think that we have time for a quick donation here if you have one, just as we're loading into this level.
All right, we've actually got a very special donation from Heidi PhD for $100. Says busting at the seams with excitement, pride. Words cannot express my admiration for your hard work and devotion to this beautiful speedrunning community. Good luck, vroom vroom. Let's bust out those donations. Love, Pride Mom, less than 3.
Thank you so much. That is my actual mother. Thank you so much. My mom is such a huge supporter of my speedrunning. Probably my #1 fan. Thank you so much. And vroom vroom indeed, we have Bike Zelda. So this is the greatest character in the game.
She's just spawning bombs.
Yes, this character is why I decided to run New Game Plus, because you're allowed to use her. She's the greatest.
She's technically DLC content. So in the DLC for Breath of the Wild, they gave you access to the Master Cycle, right? And for the DLC of Age of Calamity, they gave you access to the Master Cycle, right? But it's only a weapon for Zelda. Link does not get the Master Cycle. We are only Zelda on this motorcycle, which is the best decision I've ever seen.
It's
hitting these enemies.
Vehicular manslaughter.
Exactly.
It's just the sheer force.
Yes, we just run enemies over passively. It's really nice. They just die. We're going to have a great moment later where there's going to be a ton of stall enemies.
They're not even hitting the bike.
Yeah, it's just her sheer aura.
It's just not an aura, yeah.
But that's the last we're going to see of her for quite a while, unfortunately. So, in terms of characters, we have 5 main characters that we're going to be using through this entire run. We have, as you can see here, Riju is our #1 character for early game. She has the fastest movement, asterisk. Moving around with Patricia is ridiculously quick. It outpaces almost every single other character by, like, miles. Bike Zelda comes close, but not quite. So we're going to be using her as basically an early game vehicle. We have Teba here, who also moves pretty quick thanks to these bow jumps. That's definitely an official name and not something that I came up with for haha funnies whenever you acronymize it. But he has a running heavy attack here that he just jumps in the air and shotguns a bunch of arrows. So it does make the camera get a little janky, as you can see here. I'm going to fix it for y'all's benefit. And he is also just an absolute monster. Pippi mentioned earlier in the last mission that we have all of our special seals that we put onto our weapons. It modifies them. Teba's is exclusively mid-air damage. Mid-air damage is not usually super great. You have to, like, bounce off of a wall or find, like, a gust of air or something. Turns out, when you're a bird, most of your attacks are mid-air.
Yeah, it's kind of balanced to be something that's supposed to be really difficult to do, to get a mid-air shot, unless you have wings, which kind of breaks things. So for that reason, doing mid-air damage, like, kind of is overpowered on especially large enemies. It's going to instantly pull up the, like, you know, the special attack thing on them. It's essentially going to make them vulnerable. They're always vulnerable to mid-air damage. Because it assumes that most characters are not dealing exclusively mid-air damage. I'm sorry. Bird?
Bird.
Bird.
So this is also another trick called early bridge drop. In my notes, it says early bride drop. I don't know why. Probably just because I'm stupid. But
Bridge Pride.
I was trying to figure out what the heck early bride drop meant in my notes, and I was like, oh, it's the bridge drop. If you hit a special attack or a weak point smash on certain text boxes, it'll just advance flags. I don't know why. It's just stuff that I've accidentally found. But I'm like the only active runner of this, so not a lot of people looking for tech in Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity at the moment.
Yeah, essentially, like, by activating certain things that would have flags associated during certain cutscenes, it's skipping over text boxes that would otherwise be in the queue. Also, is it Gerard?
It's Gerard. Hi, Gerard.
Hi,
He has a weird nose. Do you guys know that Wizrobes have noses? Like, really weird bulbous noses?
Hi, Gerard.
I have to live with this now. That's
I didn't know they had heads.
Yeah.
They do.
But they were just
in this
eyes
game,
inside
at
of a
least.
void.
No.
In this game, they we learned yesterday that the Wizrobes in Phantom Hourglass are stupid time vampires. Anyway, but yeah, so essentially you're setting flags for something later on, and if you do it during certain text boxes, you have them cut in the queue, and it just kind of truncates the queue. Because a lot of the waiting, especially early game in this game, is you're waiting for text boxes to cycle through. You're waiting for it to catch up on dialogue because we're preempting orders and going places before you're told to. So, like, a lot of those early game tricks are hoping to minimize the amount of time you're just sitting around.
Yep. Now we are headed into Mission 5. So, in the story of this game, little update. We have to gather our champions because we know that the Calamity is coming. Our little eggy boy has given us a vision into the future. So now we have to go find everybody. We got Mifa, we helped her out with her deal. We went and we got Daruk, who sucks. We helped him with his deal. And now we're fighting birds because Rivali's a jerk. We're trying to see
for Derek.
Justice for Derek. The voice actor for Rivali, great guy. The character he plays, jerk. We're trying to see. Pippi and I have a little bet going. If this can be a clean run on RAF. If we're not going to swear on this run, Rivali gets me close. I had some choice words for him there, but
Sir Ravioli.
Yes. So this is a mission where we are basically going to be using our orders to great effect. You can see that, again, we have kind of a maze-like look here. So we're going to have Riju be going up on the long path, going to the the southwest. And then she's going to be headed up the left side of the map. Whereas Taba here is going to be centered around our central areas, and basically we're just going to be handing off like what character is best at what thing, and it's pretty neat. This is one of those missions that really, I hit the button too early. Whee! That really shows off. It really shows off how cool the order system in this game can be. Also, yes, on those ledges, if you press B, it gently floats you down. The fastest way to get running in this game is usually to dodge by pressing B. So, yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, so for clarity's sake, the order system for the character that you are actively playing as, not only, obviously, are we using movement tech, and always defaulting to the fastest, form of movement, and not just running along the ground at a leisurely pace, but also just the base movement speed for the characters you are not currently playing as is greatly reduced. So while giving orders is great to put a character where you want them to be next, since we can't actively play as every single character at the same time, you do want to keep in mind that, whoever you're not playing as is gonna be the slowest possible version of themselves. They don't make good decisions.
Yep, so that's where a lot of our routing goes into, is deciding how to mitigate the downsides of automatic character control while maximizing the benefits. Also, camera went wild there. Holy.
Yeah, kind
again.
of downside of using Riju and Teba as your main characters for the early game. I think you might have noticed with Zelda that at the cost of some movement speed, the camera looks normal.
Yeah.
Whereas with Riju, it's all over the place. And, like, trying to flail as Patricia wiggles, it's a mess that you have to follow. By the way, bombs.
By the way, bombs. Yeah, bombs are going to solve a lot of our problems early game. It's just a very quick attack. A lot of our character, like, prioritization is who has a really good bomb rune that we can kind of exploit early game. If it comes out quick and does a lot of damage, that's great. Link is a character that you'll see late game. He's an absolute combat monster. We will ideally never have to use his bomb rune. It's awful. He stands in place and throws like 5 of them. Very cute animation. Looks like he's trying to play baseball. My god, is he bad at baseball. Anyway, here's Rivali.
Also, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the language choice in this game is completely arbitrary.
Yes.
That being said, like the amount of time that text boxes appear on screen is not affected by how much text is in the text box. The number of text boxes is not altered by any like different language choice. All of your language choices are completely arbitrary, but they are excellent. There's really good language options. Shout out to Latino Spanish.
Yes, Latin American Espanol.
Latin American Spanish, there we go. And what we are currently using, Québécois.
Québécois.
It's
just more dramatic French.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Dramatic French is a good description.
Also, the characters all have unique throws when you swap characters, which is where you get not Patricia, Riju shouting out, Tiba!
Tiba! Lihu!
Lihu! Patricia! It's very good.
It's very good. Many memes have been spawned from Je me charge.
Je me charge! They even do this for characters that are not traditionally good guys. We'll see that later.
Yeah, we'll see a bit of that later. It's great. In terms of the story for right now, we beat up Rivali. We showed him that we're good guys by beating him up because he's a jerk. And now we're going to go get Urbosa.
Game logic.
Right. Now we're going to go get Urbosa, but oh no, we're fighting our own people again. Why is Urbosa being a jerk to us? Almost like there's some kind of tricky nonsense going on. I wonder who could be behind all of that. We'll see in a second. I'm
Subspace Emissary.
Exactly.
While we're absolutely decimating our own people, Pride, is there a time for some messages?
Absolutely.
From our
Anything you would like to say? We have a little bit of time.
Absolutely, we've got a couple donations here, but first I just want to say that there is only a few minutes for GMO Pasta's donation match. You've got 2 minutes, so if you want to get one in, get it in now, and it'll be double the money towards Planned Parenthood. And we've also got a donation incentive going on for the raffle for the Solar Ash cards, and if you got a chance to look at that run, they are very beautiful. That art style of that game is made by Isaiah C. Animation, a great creator. And we've got a couple donations here. One from You Done Goofed, also referencing the last run, saying, "Amazing run, Snail. I was avoiding your streams of this in the Discord beforehand because I knew it was going to be that much more respectable watching it here."
Yeah, huge shoutouts to Snail. That was a really cool run.
Yeah, that game looks gorgeous. I'm a sucker for cel-shaded lighting.
Yeah, very visually appealing.
Also, here's Urbosa. It was the Yiga clan. Who could have seen it coming?
Oh my god, that's such a surprise!
Whoa! So the Yiga are going to be our main enemies for a good bit here. We're basically going to be swapping off between monsters and Yiga until about the middle of the game. These are Yiga Blade Masters. They're absolute jerks. Almost slipped up my no swearing policy there. They're awful. So they do that. They like to teleport under you and pancake you. And they're really bad. So we're going to try to mitigate that risk as much as possible by just hitting them with bomb runes. And now we're going to be swapping to Riju, and we're going to have a bit of time here moving across this desert, and we're going to be summoning a Molduga to scare away all of these mean old ninjas. So, Fodder, you have time for anything else you want to say here. You have about, I'd say, a minute.
All right, we've got $100 from Brandino.
Yo!
Found some extra money in my pockets from the Wild World run earlier, so that's actually 100 bells that he donated. Quick, take it before Tom Nook does. Shout out to Pride, my favorite rareware charity host of all time. I know you'll crush this run, and thank you for being Hyrule's strongest warrior.
Thank you so much, Brandino. How did I miss 5 of them? Okay. While I'm saying thank you to Brandino, absolutely, I hosted my first RAF shift, was hosting for Brandino doing a rare game, and then I did Banjo at GDQ, which was a ton of fun. So huge shout outs to Brandino, great guy, wonderful friend.
Also, what was the rareware Donkey Kong game? That was rareware too.
Yeah, I did DK64 also at a different GDQ.
Walls aren't real.
Walls aren't real. Speaking of walls, I just bounced off of one. So this is Urbosa. She's my goat. I love her. She's very slow. She was my powerhouse character when I played my casual gameplay. She's really slow. Her mechanics are super cool. Unfortunately, any character that their fastest mode of movement is just dashing forward, it's just way too slow for us to use. All of our characters are going to have some form of movement tech, with one notable exception that will show up near I would say the middle of the game, later middle part.
Yeah, but pretty much every character has at least some sort of gimmick to how their playstyle operates. Urbosa does a lot of elemental lightning damage and has a lot of wind-up style attacks of the lightning charging, which obviously is not very fast but can be very fun. Shoutouts to we'll see a lot of other really fun mechanics like that later, but highly encourage you to play around with them casually because
yes,
highly encourage.
Hylian.
Haha. Every single character in this game, with 3 notable exceptions, are really cool. Speaking of notable exception, number 1, Master Koga here. He spawned a clone. Too bad we have bombs.
Should have put your clone directly next to you.
Yeah, that was honestly his mistake. He should have read the Geneva Convention. For a lot of reasons. Anyway. That's Urbosa recruited. So we've got all 4 of our champions now. They're all on our side, so we are now starting on our work to avert the Calamity. This is the good ending of Breath of the Wild, by the way. This is the good timeline. This is all fan fiction, and like I said, best fan fiction I've ever played.
Really good fan fiction.
Ton of fun.
Got time for another donation?
Absolutely.
While this Blood Moon plays, we've got $10 from Pumpkin Spice. I wonder if this is an alternative timeline where they get to witness a king mid suavemente.
Mid suavemente. I would love if they would make a Warriors game based on the Sealing War or whatever it was for Tears of the Kingdom.
Switch to launch title, calling it. Switch to launch title.
That would be the most amazing
It would be
thing.
really neat. This game was really good. Hot take.
Hot take. Game really good. Game I speedrun. Fun.
Fun game.
Fun game. I may have
time for another dono.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick one.
All right. We've got $20 from Tomomadachi saying Bike Zelda ooh woo. Also, good luck, Pride.
Thank you so much. Ooh woo? No, ooh woo is the hero of Phantom Hourglass.
Oh. Is that a different timeline?
Maybe. You got me there.
I thought that was the name of one of the Kikwis from Skyward Sword.
Uwu?
Uwu? No, they're all named
No,
after
that's Ulu.
teas. Oh, no, that's Ulu.
Oh.
That
actually
one took me a
Ulo.
second. Well, listen. Hey, we don't gotta.
I was gonna say they're all named after teas, but I'm sure that those teas are also enjoyed by the hero of Skyward Sword, Uwu.
Uwu.
It's all Uwus all the way down.
Yep.
The hero of time is Uwu.
A very fun fact while we're waiting at this gate here is that Riju's rampage mechanic, most players find it really irritating. If you're just playing the game normally, it kind of like veers you crazily all around. Like if I'm just holding forward, it goes any which way that it kind of wants to. Shoutouts to the first time that I met one Pithy in a top hat when I was at SGDQ 2022, and I was learning this game. And I was like, yeah, this character sucks. I really wish they used Bike Zelda more. Like, if you're rampaging around, she just, like, goes wild. Like, even if you're not holding anything on the stick. So it turns out if you don't hold the stick down, she goes in a perfectly straight line.
Yep.
Like, it's no problem whatsoever to control her. You just hit left or right when you need to turn. So that'll show me in my big mouth.
Shouts to the GDQ practice room.
That's the
Also,
GDQ practice room.
a fun thing from playing this in the GDQ practice room, this game does have IGT. We got an in-game timer. It is inconsistent.
It's so bad. So basically, from what I can tell, it removes any time that you are not actively controlling... No, not Rivali. You, the Fire Moblin. Thank you. Anytime you're not actively controlling your characters, it will stop the in-game timer. So that counts for if you're doing weak point smashes. That counts for if you are doing... I'm going to blow up here. Yep. Saw that barrel a second too late. It counts if you're doing special attacks. Anytime that you're not moving the character around, it'll stop that timer. So that would lead to extremely degenerate forms of gameplay, which aren't fun. So this is real-time count.
Yeah, so shoutouts to playing this in the GDQ practice room, where the timer was me on a phone.
Yeah. Shoutouts to not having live split set up as a baby speedrunner. This was the first speedrun that I learned. This is what got me into speedrunning. Basically, 100% completed it, and I was like, I want more. I want more. So I played this game for about 1,000 more hours. I'm fine, probably. Probably? Kinda. So we're going to capture 2 outposts here. Fun fact about the tech of capturing outposts. If there is already a large enemy inside of the outpost, you do not need to lower the outpost health at all. You just need to destroy the already spawned large enemy, and... Giga Blade Master, would you like to play nice with me here while I'm trying to explain to the good people and capture the outpost? There we go.
Yeah, essentially,
Like I said.
it counts any large enemy within the bounds of the outpost as the outpost boss, and won't bother spawning one in as long as you do enough damage and kill what has become the de facto outpost boss. And with New Game Plus, you don't have to worry about doing enough damage. That's just called doing an attack.
It is just an attack. Teba hits a huge area. He does tons of damage. He's really great. Also, this is a Hinox. Everybody panic! Oh no, what are we gonna do? It's fine. He's dead.
Was the solution bombs?
The solution was bombs, yes.
I thought the solution was hammer.
No, not in this game. We don't use... I don't think any character has a hammer. No, hold on.
Design flaw.
Two-handed Link has a hammer. But that's usually just used for gem farming. It's fine. We don't use hammers in this game. I had to think about it for a second.
Missing out on tech.
Yeah. So I mentioned our special attack gauge. Also, we beat the boss and the level isn't over? What? Huh? So you can see below my hearts there is a yellow gauge with an A on it. So as we defeat enemies, that gauge fills up, and it's a huge damage attack that in this game does a big old like shockwave that will expose enemy weak points. So it's a great resource that we are almost never going to use. It's very slow. Also, this is Suga. He is the OC Please Do Not Steal of this game. He is a jerk who likes to waste my time. There we go.
Yeah,
He
this
just
is
does
one of
not.
those moments where it also locks you into playing as one character. Luckily, it usually locks you into playing as Link when it locks you into playing as a character. And Link does a stupid amount of damage. He's not the best at running around, but as is probably intentional, he is a very well-balanced character and thus has decent movement speed and decent damage output, which is a
And
lot.
And by decent damage output, we mean that we utilize a glitch exploit ? To get ridiculous amounts of damage out of him. But that'll be very late game. That'll be the last that we play of Link, I believe, until mission 17. But now we have freeing Korok Forest. So I'm going to be very careful here to change our party around. So this is our first swapping of party members. So we want Teba in the first slot, Riju in our second slot, Bike Zelda in our third slot. Unfortunately, we can't control our fourth slot, which is held by another one of those lovely little exceptions to the rule of almost every character in this game is really cool. We'll talk about him a little.
Yeah!
Yeah. Please kill me. Anyway.
With that, you got
very
time for an
normal.
announcement?
Yes, absolutely.
Go for it.
Hit me with it.
Awesome. So GMO Pasta's price match, or donation match, price match, is this Walmart, has been met with the comment, let's get to that 5,000. And we are so close to that 5,000. We have surpassed our previous goal, and now we are going to our next milestone, Sub-Zero 2022 at $5,345.51. I believe we can get the 5,000 before the end of this run. It's so close.
Oh, easy. We got like 2 hours left. Folks, we can get there.
Yeah.
Also, just a quick question for you. I am not brushed up on my RAF history at this exact moment. Was the Sub-Zero that is currently the goal, was that the highest raising RAF event? Or did we have what? This might be a question for the RAF veterans in chat.
Yeah. I'll have to pose that question to the RAF shaman and get back to you.
Yeah, because I want to know if we have a chance of taking the throne for
second highest.
Oh, second highest. Okay, so we still got ways to go. I still believe in us.
I believe in us. So
Anyway.
This is our second escort quest of the game. So this one we also cheat at, because it turns out it's not really an escort quest if you just kill all the enemies in the way. So the answer is just more war crimes. So our escort quest is over. You can see that Hestu is way back there. He's that little glowing yellow circle. We don't care about him. We care about him a little bit. I'm very normal about Hestu. Oh no, another Hinox! And it's dead. So every Hinox in this run's gonna be a chump. It's so good.
That one was a Stalnox?
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I don't want to be insensitive to the Hinox.
Well, it was the Hinox you killed in the last mission. It came back for revenge.
Yeah, you were actually
Yeah.
very insensitive to the Stalnox. It's kind of insensitive to, like, smash somebody in the eyeball until they die.
Listen, we can all work on our sensitivity another time when we're not committing war crimes. I feel like the mass amount of deaths is probably more pressing concern.
Yes, I committed war crimes, but I also went and bought myself some Sensodyne toothpaste, so we're getting there.
Yeah, I'm working on my sensitivity issues. So now you can see this whole forest has opened up for us. It has turned into this very twisty maze of these narrow passages. This is probably one of the areas where this game struggles the most, I think, is that big open levels, it's fantastic. Small, tight corridors, the characters that we use move too fast for this kind of environment. So we're going to be doing some tricky navigation here as we fight shadow doppelgangers of our champions. Oh noes. This is going to be a hard fight, everybody. This joke's not going to get old for the first half of this run. So we just kill Ravioli again. But now we have 4 characters unlocked. So we're going to tell Riju to go up here, Bike Zelda to go down here, and Hestu to go here.
He has to.
He has to.
You has to.
Legally speaking. He's under contract. So this is the first time that we have 4 characters, because this is a huge expansive level that you can get caught in the geometry very easily in.
Yeah, welcome to the nightmare that is moving Riju in a tight corridor. Riju does not like this. Patricia would like some open space, please.
Yeah, Patricia's got a massive headache from bumping into so many trees. But we send Riju on the north path, which is a lot more open like this, so we, again, that routing, making the best use of the characters that we have at our disposal. Unfortunately, our 4th character is locked into has to, so we've kind of got to deal with his own nonsense. The last mission, like the third to last mission, is the first one later where we have full control of 4 characters that we're bringing along. So most of the game will be working with either 2 or 3 characters. And usually that'll be, hey look, it's Bike Zelda again. It'll be these 3. These are our bread and butter characters. Bike Zelda, not quite as fast as Riju, but boy does she take corners easier. Man, does she take a corner way easier.
Also, if you notice the kind of stuttering speed that Bike Zelda has, she has a stamina mechanic on her bike that when it gets too orange, it's supposed to be, like, heating up, and if it overheats, you get an annoying stall. So that's why she kind of has this sort of fluctuating modulation to her speed. Ew, has to.
Ew, has to. So, Hestu's whole mechanic is that he summons Koroks to fight for him. He sucks, and oh boy, our enemy is sitting in a pool of water, so we're just gonna hit him with Cryonis. The only time that we're ever gonna use Cryonis, and it's just to drop a big block of ice on somebody. So here's all our Korok squad.
Me and the squad.
Can you do the dance? It's very important.
I think that's one of his combos. Hold on. I'll see if I can. We have a couple of seconds before we're going to be sent to a forced fight. Fun fact about this upcoming forced fight. So currently, we're trying to get the Master Sword. That's the whole point of this. So if Link is in your party, you're forced to fight as Link. Oh, sorry. We can't do the dance. Bye, Hestu.
No,
You'll
bye,
not
Hestu.
be missed.
Sad.
But if Link is in your party, he's going to be forced into this spot. So that's why we made sure to remove him, and we put Teba in our first slot, so that we can hit all these conveniently fan-arrayed enemies, take out 4 hollows at once. So that was a boss fight. Here's another boss fight against literally who? This guy shows up, I want to say twice. Original character, do not steal. He shows up twice in the whole run, outside of cutscenes. Like, he's very important in the story. He's the one who's, like, behind the scenes working to revive Calamity Ganon, and he's also got an evil version of our little guardian egg, which you can see our egg right there. He's a very pretty egg. He's got a possessed version that's, like, possessed by a piece of Ganon that came back in time. There's a lot of time shenanigans in this game.
Oh,
but,
he's this game's Xant. Sorry.
Yeah.
I needed
Just a little bit, yeah.
It's
Very
it's
much
accurate,
is,
but it's not.
But as in the same way that our little egg is working to stop the Calamity, the evil egg, the Century egg, is working to start the Calamity. So we've got 2 different sides happening. It's like a very neat story, honestly, that it's like this invisible push and pull. Push and pull. But now push and pull. Now we have the Road Home Besieged. This is supposed to be the mission where you have, like, your Master Sword for the first time. It's super cool. It's super strong. It's a little playground to run around with. But for us, basically, it's just going to be a straight shot to the end, killing a ton of enemies. We're going to be using all the, like, things that we've talked about so far. We're going to be capturing a bunch of, like, outposts to clear them out, open up gates, get us back to Hyrule Castle. But since this is just kind of a straight shot, combat heavy level, Fodder, if you got anything you'd like to say, go for it.
Yeah, I've got a couple of donations coming in. I've got $20 from Type Rex. We need all of Mario in Super Mario Odyssey. And that was $20 towards Nipple Percent, which still needs $25 to meet our goal before the end of our run. Which,
as much of Mario as is socially acceptable on Twitch.tv!
Yes, we need a fully PG Mario.
$25 more to
Yes.
push the bounds.
$25 more, and with a donation of $25, you can also enter in the raffle for the cards from the last run, Solar Ash by Isaiah C. Animations. If just a $25, and you can get nipple percent and be put in the raffle for those cards, which looks super cool.
So right there, fun fact, you can see that I had to kill an outpost boss there, even though there were several large enemies. So the Fire Wizrobe there really likes to troll us and go, ha ha ha, I have a toe inside of the outpost, so killing those 2 moblins didn't clear it out. Oh, but I'm going to dance outside of the outpost so that killing me doesn't count either. So that's about the worst that could have possibly gone. It's really irritating. But we're just going to be shooting on through here, so if you have anything else, Fodder.
Yeah, we've got another $20.01 from Stakaro. Thank you, Stakaro.
Yo!
Thank you for the 1 cent. Also the $20, but the 1 cent is chaotic, and I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Stakaro thinks you've only killed 1 enemy, I guess.
Oh.
Oh, that's true.
1 cent per enemy, y'all.
1 cent per enemy. Please no.
I haven't been counting. Don't put that on me.
I paid
Only
about $100 last time.
If anybody would like, I will say, if you look at the end slate for every episode, every level, it will tell you how many enemies Pride killed that level. So, if you potentially wanted to go to the VOD and look up how many enemies Pride kills in every level, you could decide on how many cents you think each level is worth. Is it worth a penny per enemy? Is 10 enemies only worth a single penny? Listen, they're kind of chumps. I'm sure they won't be offended. They will be, but that's okay. Donate responsibly. It's for a really good cause.
Yeah. Also, welcome in ZSR. Thank you so much for the raid. We're doing some Age of Calamity. This is a fantastic game. It's definitely a regular Zelda game. Ignore the fact that it's got warriors on it.
Age of Calamity on ZSR when? Give me an Age of Calamity race.
Exactly. With me, myself, and I. But
I mean, as much as I'm watching this game, I'm kind of interested to learn it. I have it. I've never opened the box.
It's a ton of fun. If anybody wants to learn this category, I have a whole route doc written out that has explicit instructions. It has screenshots of where to put your orders. Most of learning this is memorizing orders and where you want to go. That's a perfect wandering monster, by the way, because Akala Tower, our next mission, is right here. That's about as good as that can go. But yeah, if you want to learn this game, hit me up. I love talking about this game. I would love to teach it to anybody. And if you want to learn New Game Plus, I can probably slide you my save file on the down low.
Yeah, this game does look very fun and fast.
It's fun, it's fast, it's dynamic. The combat is a ton of fun. It's great. Speaking of the combat's a ton of fun, welcome to Akala Tower, about the crystallization of dumb Yiga nonsense. So our goal is to get to the top of that tower and activate it so we can get fast travel for everybody. Fast travel is a universal basic right, much like healthcare. So donate to help out Planned Parenthood, get us all fast travel. I mean healthcare.
Yeah, for anybody who came in with the raid...
I didn't know that was part of it.
For anyone who came in with the raid, or anybody who would like the update in general, we are raising money for Planned Parenthood Federation of America. They do a lot of really good work in terms of helping people get healthcare and take care of their sexual health and gender care and a lot of important things, and it's coincidentally a really important time for that in the United States. So please, if you have any extra money that you would like to donate to charity, might I suggest Planned Parenthood, and might I suggest using ! Donate in the chat.
Also, fun fact.
Also, see Mario's nipples. That's on the incentive docket.
Yes. So
that's the most important part of Planned Parenthood.
We have our way blocked right now. This sound effect gets me every time. That is my sub alert. I think that I have that turned off right now. But if you want to scare me in the middle of this run, But our little eggy boy is going to be activating these guardians so that they can blast away all of the obstructions that the Yiga put in our way that Teba definitely can't fly over because he's definitely not a actual literal bird.
Bird!
Bird up.
Listen, this is working off of, like, Pokemon logic. There's no way I could get around this tiny shrub. What are you talking about? I need to cut down the shrub.
Yeah,
I need
how could I ever get
my
past this?
Scyther to learn how to cut down the shrub, and the Scyther needs to learn that. I can't just pick up its little scissor arms and cut down the shrub manually, nor could I possibly kick it over.
Guys, there's no way to get past this. Like, look at those. Those are boxes? I can't move that.
Yeah, those are... Welcome to Time to Crate. Those are boxes, and there is no way that a bird can get over a box.
Does this count as time to crate? God, the sound again. Does this count as time to crate if we don't move them, but we blow them up?
Yes, as long as they are crates.
Okay.
It counts as time to crate. If anybody is not aware, the time to crate ratio is how long it takes for a game to resort to just having crates be a mechanic. We have achieved crate.
We have achieved crate. You could also see there that Giga teleported right before I hit him with a bomb, because they're lovely gentlemen that I'm very normal about. Definitely have not ruined runs for me by teleporting underneath me and then pancaking me.
Thinking of the rune mechanics, so as we mentioned, this is New Game Plus, which gives us access to Bike Zelda, the best character. Bike Zelda, in most instances, is replacing Zelda's default weapon. Zelda's default weapon is pretty much only runes. She just has the like Sheikah Slate, and that's it. And like it's fun in my opinion in a casual context. She does not nearly have the same speed, damage output, or coolness quotient as a motorcycle.
Exactly.
So they gave her a motorcycle.
Yeah. Also, speaking of Zelda, just in general in this game, Zelda is, like, this is not Link's story. This is not a traditional Zelda game and like, oh, the princess is in trouble and we've got to save her.
The princess is on a motorcycle! We need to be saved by her.
I think she's doing
want to be
great.
saved by Bike Zelda. Anyway, this was Echoes of Wisdom before it was cool. This is Zelda's story. This is all like her hero's journey. Like she's the one who goes through the most change throughout the story. Pippi mentioned the weapon that she uses is the Sheikah Slate. You can see it in some of the missions where we're like escorting Zelda when she has to have the Sheikah Slate equipped to her. She's very like timid, like her stance is very like inward. Her body language speaks to like this sense of like she isn't confident in herself. Also, this is the most confused looking guardian I've ever seen in my life. He also doesn't attack these guys, they just run away. And he's like, what? Huh?
Just woke him up from a nap.
Just that Limmy meme. And then he's
good
back to sleep.
So now we're gonna be hunting down Suga. Fun fact, every single room that Suga appears in, there's bananas. So if you're ever playing this casually, just look for the rooms with bananas. Very funny little detail there. Also, using Teba underneath a thing is pretty awkward.
Nice
camera-wise. Yeah. There we go.
It's pretty on brand that the camera is the enemy in every Zelda game.
Yeah.
Also, neat little trick here. We can do that. Oh, dang it. I'm still gonna do it.
You can.
We can get a little bit of height with our bomb rune here, and then jump and get right onto here. There's a set of stairs right there. It's not useful.
It's not useful because also we're like waiting for Suga to go through an animation anyway at that point. So like taking the stairs.
It's not slower.
Yeah. It's a more consistent way to go upward than doing fancy bomb boosting.
Yeah. But yeah, so Zelda's hero's journey, like, midway through the game, she gets like a new weapon. She gets the Bow of Light and unlocks her sacred power, and it's a fantastic character moment. Like it's just impeccable. And then her Bow of Light like stance is very like open. It is very like confident in herself. She goes through like visual changes, and then she gets a motorcycle. So you know,
yeah. The most important part of growing up is getting a motorcycle.
Exactly. I think that's midlife crisis territory.
Yeah. So we just
quarter life crisis.
Yeah,
don't question
my life decisions. Which is to say, don't question the fact that I haven't used my life decisions to purchase a motorcycle. Yeah. I swear, I'm an adult.
Mm-hmm. So Suga's gonna spawn here. We're gonna use a special attack and knock him out instantly. It's gonna be a great time. But I very much, like, if you are interested in this game at all, even, like, from a casual perspective, try it out. Like I said, best Zelda story in the whole franchise. Like, it is so good.
Teba's idle animation there was dry firing his bow. Teba!
Yeah, he kind of sucks. That's pretty irresponsible of him.
That's a terrible idea! Stop dry firing your bow!
Just gotta make sure it still works.
Teba's the reason why there's durability on all of the weapons in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
they're all on the verge of breaking from a dry firing.
David's just been running around going, "Ooh, I can damage this."
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all noticed when we were doing the funny jumps earlier, but this game also does feature a silly extra mechanic of there are Koruks hidden in various locations. They are often shoved into little nooks and crannies in various levels. There's like a decent amount of them throughout the game. Pro tip, do not go Korok hunting as the Great Fairy Pond.
Oh, yeah.
She cannot fit into several of the nooks and crannies that the Koroks are in because her model is too big.
Yes.
Because she's a pond?
Yeah, it's just the fairy fountain. Like, you're moving around in the flower. It's incredible.
Yeah. So it's like, neat! I went through a 10-minute mission because I'm not a speedrunner of this game, and finally found the Korok I was looking. No! He's so away from me! But yeah. I'm too wide!
Cannot recommend. Welcome to the mission where they tell you that you can enlarge your mini-map because this is awful. This is probably, casually, the worst mission in the game, and it's on purpose because it's the Yiga clan, who are supposed to be the worst. This is, like, scale accurate to Breath of the Wild. You can see me just, like, running around. It's not too bad. Using any movement tech in here makes it go crazy, and I apologize. But we just have, the fire moblins will also just, like, pancake you over and over. But we just have to capture 3 different outposts in here. We'll be moving through some tiny corridors, so I'm probably going to focus up for a second, Fodder, if you have anything that you'd like to tell us.
Yeah, sure. Just again, for the raiders that came in from Zelda Speedruns, this is Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025, benefiting Planned Parenthood, where they say, your health is our highest priority, and we believe your body is your own. Pippi gave a great endorsement for Planned Parenthood. They do a lot of great things, and donation to their cause is very important in the administration change that's coming up in America right now. So it's if you want to donate to anything this year, this would definitely be one of the best to donate for. And
that's the stupidest flurry rush I've ever gotten. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's a game happening. We also have we still have $25 towards nipple percent. We need $25 more for nipple percent for Super Mario Odyssey to see Mario without a shirt. And if you donate those $25, you'll also be entered in the raffle for the Solar Ash trading, or they're not trading cards. Sorry, it is a deck of cards, and the back is all of the art from Solar Ash, which looks just amazing. And that's from one of our friends, excuse me, Isaiah C. Animations. I almost pronounced it wrong, and I stopped myself. And you have until the end of the run to get both the deck of cards and to get nipple percent. So let's get those in.
Yeah, the Planned Parenthood's a great cause. Huge support of them. I'm dying right now, not in the game, physically,
Okay.
emotionally, spiritually.
Have
We have
you
to go through these
considered
very tight hallways. Have I
have you
considered?
considered healthcare to help with your dying?
You're so right.
This is great, guys. Continue.
This is great stuff, guys. We're keeping this in the edit.
Have you considered healthcare?
Have you considered?
I'd like to point out, so like as we have the electric moblins, we had a fire moblin earlier. There is like, and we mentioned earlier with Urbosa, there's an elemental system in this game, which can be really helpful in casual gameplay to help you get through some of the tougher fights. That any elemental enemy is going to like deal extra damage because it's going to apply an elemental effect, but also it's going to be weak to a different kind of elemental effect, and you can pick up like elemental items that let you do an elemental attack as any character. Which is really helpful for cutting through large health bars. You know, that thing that, because we're all level 100, we're already really good at doing. Yeah, all of this is kind of irrelevant to the speedrun because you just kind of murder.
Yeah, we'll be pretty unconcerned with the rod usage, because early in the game you get elemental rods, mostly off of whiz robes, but any elemental weapon, or any elemental enemy, there we go.
Any elemental enemy.
Any elemental enemy.
Anybody doing
that's a really bad
warm-ups?
Enemy.
Anybody doing warm-ups for their next public speaking performance, try talking repeatedly about any elemental enemy for the entire time and see how it goes.
Yeah, but any elemental enemy will drop little, like, rocks that you can pick up, and it's on my left bumper here. You can see that we have Fire Rod, Ice Rod, Electric Rod, and then apples. That's just a healing item. You just get a heal on you. It's pretty neat. We will never use an apple. I guarantee you. If we have to use an apple in this run, I will have failed you and myself and, I don't know,
Planned Parenthood Federation of America.
Planned Parenthood Federation, the Buddha, you know, just anybody out there who cares. This is Master Koga again. He's just as much a chump the second time. Fun fact, if we let that boss fight go for too long, he summons Suga, and it wastes a ton of time. I definitely have never done that. What are you
in
talking
addition
about?
to the apples being a mid-run healing item that you can just, like, you can kind of use it midstream at any time, there's also Mipha as a character, one of her sort of gimmicks. But first of all, she can short-range teleport, and I love her. Was my casual character of choice. She basically can create warp points that she can then warp back to, so she is a little bit of a glass cannon that, if you use her tactically, can warp in and out of danger and just absolutely decimate people from on top of a geyser and then disappear. And at the same time, she heals characters within a, bubble around her, which is great. Except for the fact that, have you noticed that at level 100, all your characters have a stupid amount of health? So,
yeah.
This is why we don't really care about playing as Mipha on New Game Plus. There's also the ability to not really heal, but consume food items on the menu before entering a level. We like to refer to this as eating your snackies. It can give you buffs, it can give you effects, it can give you extra health and stuff like that, and we're not going to use it, except...
Asterisk, yeah.
When we are going to use it.
When we are going to use it, yes. But yeah, so this mission, in story terms, we have just defeated the Yiga clan. We will be fighting no more Yiga clan for the rest of the game, thank God. This is about the halfway point of the run, by the way. Well, not halfway point of the run. Halfway point of the game in terms of missions. But get in your donations now for nipple %. I really want to see that. I was about to say something that, you know what? Sure. I want to see them Mario nipples. Show me Mario's nipples.
So brave. So brave.
It's not a swear. It's fine. I'm keeping my streak going.
A nipple is not a swear.
Nipple's
you heard
not a
it
swear.
here first, folks.
I've been told this. Also, motion controls because I hit that too early. So basically we have defeated the Yiga clan. We don't have to fight them anymore. We've completely wiped them out. The bad guy off screen has literally killed them all and taken all of their souls for Ganon. Pretty dark, actually. No, it's like a dark cutscene. Like, we have characters begging for their lives and then getting killed. Like, this game's sick. But now Zelda's still trying to unlock her sealing powers. It's not working. There's friction between her and her dad about it. It's a very good drama that he doesn't understand, that she wants to be a researcher. She hands him a little, like, device that if you pay attention, like really close attention, and like Breath of the Wild, you can see exactly what it is. But it's a fun surprise tool that helps us later. And the drama of this game is fantastic, but now it's an escort quest, and I hate it. So this is a real escort quest. We can't, like, cheese our way through this. We have to delete every enemy between, like, where Zelda is right now and where she's going to be, because Zelda is enamored with violence. If she sees a single enemy, she will stop and stare at them until they are dead. So we've got to make sure that there is not a single bokoblin between us and that. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little while.
Also, in terms of this being, like, this game was made in the Breath of the Wild engine, to my knowledge, and, like, has a lot of really cute holdovers from Breath of the Wild in terms of, like, as we mentioned earlier, the map on the overworld is, like, a perfect recreation. A lot of the terrain are, like, recreations of parts of Breath of the Wild adapted to the new format. All of this stuff, it benefits you for having game knowledge of Breath of the Wild. Additionally, the flurry rushes that we mentioned earlier, we didn't really talk about that, but flurry rushes are in this game, and can you confirm they have the same timing window, don't they?
I believe, in fact, the flurry rush timing window in this game is shorter.
It's smaller. So if you want to work on your timing for your flurry rushes in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, may I recommend getting real good at playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Tears of the Kingdom was so easy for me after this game.
Oh yeah, you just hit a tree.
Yep.
But yeah, help work on your flurry rush timing. Also, yes, Teba.
Dene. That's what Teba thinks bombs are called, is dene. We don't tell him. We don't gotta tell him. It's a speech impediment. Fun fact.
I thought he was telling everybody to donate. I'll be real.
Donate.
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 I'm going to out my mother here real quick, because if anybody has ever seen The Dragon Prince on Netflix, great show. There's a whole race of, like, sun elves, I believe they are, but they all speak in, like, French accents. So we were watching, like, a new season when it came out. Also, she just got hit by that tree.
Rip.
Rip Impa, for real. But we started this new season, and she'd entirely forgotten that all these elves are, like, French coded. So this elf is talking, and she's like, "I am proud to be with you, my love," or something like that. Like, just some kind of fantasy nonsense. And my mom goes, "Man, I'm glad that they have characters with speech impediments." And I go, "Mother, they're French." So, it's a fun little anecdote there.
Incredible.
So yes, Zelda needs a little breather here, so we're gonna go kill some enemies. Fodder?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, while we have a moment, do you play the new game run, and how much does that differ? I know Pippi was talking about Mifa and how much she can heal the characters, and that's probably pretty relevant.
So I have not learned the new game run of this. I have focused entirely on New Game Plus. The unfortunate thing is that because by the time that I had gotten into this game in 2022, the scene was, like, cooling a lot. Unfortunately, it's kind of the fate of a lot of the smaller, like, speed games. The scene's pretty much dead right now. I think that I'm the only person who really, like, actively works on this game, and I've also, like, been doing other speed gaming projects in the meantime. but basically, like, learning this game for a long time boiled down to watch the world record and do what it's doing. I decided to change that. That's why New Game Plus has a full route document. Like I had mentioned, I made a whole thing that like detailed lays out what exactly you're going to be doing, all the tech that we use in the run, everything like that. I just wanted to make sure that we had some kind of resource for that. That can be found on the SRC page. I also, fun fact, believe that the SRC page says that it's incomplete. I'm not a moderator on that board, so I can't change it, but it is complete. Yeah, the new game run differs in the fact that it's a lot of routing of, like, getting weapons from certain chests and using the characters that are available to you. That run uses extensive use of Impa and Link, I believe, is the main two characters, and then it splashes in, I want to say it does use some Zelda later in the run, but it uses different characters. Not worse characters, but just different ones.
Not worse characters at all. I'd like to point out Impa in this game. We don't see her a lot in the speedrun just because, like, she is a really cool character, but she doesn't do any one thing as good as the kind of main cast characters do. She is a Naruto-style ninja. She Naruto runs around.
She summons. Yeah,
she makes clones of herself. And also, if you're playing in English, she has kind of great voice acting. Forever living in my head. Hold on, I have to sit up to do a proper impression here. She, like, every time she does a big attack, she'll do a, "Steel yourself! I am ready! It's time!" And it's excellent. She is so fun.
She's so good. She does hand signs, like, from Naruto. She summons toads. Like, I'm not kidding. Impa's a literal walking Naruto reference. It's the best.
I'm pretty sure they're all just, like... Somebody said that they're all, like, just ninja references, but Naruto also does all the ninja references, so it just becomes a Naruto.
Yeah, I believe it. That's a Naruto joke. Anyway, there's another Hinox. It's dead again.
I don't believe it!
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so, in our story now, Zelda is, failing in her quest to actually awaken her sealing power. As far as we know, we've stopped the Calamity from happening. But unfortunately, Zelda is still struggling personally. She is worried that something might eventually rise up again. There are monster sightings happening, but it's probably fine, right? Like, it's probably, you know, we're probably all right. Yeah? What's this next mission called again? Hold on. I need to check.
Yeah.
Next mission is,
Oh!
That's not great.
Well, it is the Age of Calamity.
It is the Age of Calamity. We kind of need that. So Mission 13, Calamity Strikes. This is kind of... It's literally that Thanos meme, or the quote, I guess it's not even just a meme, of, dread it, run from it, fate arrives all the same. So the Calamity hits, and it does just as much devastation as it did the first time. Turns out, the fanfiction is not helping us. Nothing's going great. All of the champions are returning to their divine beasts to try to, stop the blights from taking control. Things aren't going great. But we have Teba here. Basically, this is much like the road home besieged. We're just going to be, as Teba, making our way through a straight line. We're going to go up to the throne chamber, find out that the king's not there, he already left, and then we're going to be escaping through the bottom of the castle. So, again, just some fundamental gameplay. This mission does introduce to us, though, a new type of enemy. Guardians! So we're going to see a lot of Guardians. Yeah, hey, we did the thing again. It's a little unfortunate. We're going to be seeing a lot of Guardians from here on out. Guardians are an enemy type that, like, in casual gameplay, pretty scary. like, if you're not able to deal with them quickly like we are, they have huge sweeping attacks that do tons of damage. They hit you with their legs. They start spinning like Beyblades a lot. We might see that later. But they're pretty crazy. So we're going to be basically trying to deal with Guardians as fast as possible, which for Teba just kind of means that we're going to hit him with bomb runes and then 3 aerial attacks, because Teba is stalled in the air after he uses a bomb rune, and we can hit him with these aerial attacks. So that's 3 Guardians down, like, I don't know, 23 to go throughout the whole rest of the run. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, also fun detail here, we have the escape passage. You can see scrape marks on the stone there. Neat little environmental detail.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's very cute. But we're just going to be working our way out of Hyrule Castle from here. So Fodder, if you have anything that you'd like to talk about, you have a moment here.
Sure. Yeah, we've got $25 from Herminator that just says
Let's go.
Bike Zelda.
Bike Zelda.
Bike Zelda?
Thank you so
Bike
much,
Zelda.
Herminator. Did that $25 happen to free the nipple percent for us?
Are there nipples?
No, it looks like Herminator donated for the playing cards, but not to nipple percents.
Okay.
Herminator, if that was a mistake, please let us know.
But Herminator also might just be trying to encourage y'all to donate more for the nipples.
More
There you
for the
go.
nipples.
The nipples
Come on.
require more money.
Nipples.
I need to see that Mario's... Nope, we're going to abandon that sentence midway through. That one's too much.
Oh dear.
Faison did tell us it is not only do you get to see Mario's nipples, you get to see them for a whole hour and a half as he goes through the entirety of any percent not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, so it's a whole any percent run on top of him having to go out of his way for nipple percent.
I am concerned for the icier kingdoms.
Listen, he's gonna shiver a lot.
Listen, I went to GDQ in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You want to be walking around outside GDQ in Pittsburgh not wearing a shirt?
I think that you would physically die.
Exactly.
Faison brings up a good point. It would be very funny for I just said Naruto. For
Naruto?
Mario to barge into the wedding scene without a shirt in his boxers like he just got out of bed and missed his alarm.
Yeah, can we get $25 for free the nipple for Naruto?
I mean, having seen most of Naruto, the amount that he is shirtless is on brand for anime.
That's true. Also, I'd like to show off something here real quick. I might be a little too late for it. No, okay. So the bounding box for the end of this mission is pretty big. It's like, oh, as you're leaving the castle. If you go a little too fast and you get down to the gate here, the bounding box does not extend this far. So you just be sitting at the gate and waiting for the mission to end. Definitely haven't lost a PB to that in the past.
Oopie doopie.
But yes, that's Calamity Strikes. So as I've mentioned, this is like very good alternate history, but again, like history repeats itself. Can it repeat if it hasn't done it before? That's a fun little riddle for you. But we're going to be moving into a set of 2 missions here. We can actually do these in any order that we want to, but just for character routing purposes, we are going to start with the mission Water and Fire, which should be right here. We are going to, yep, that's correct. Regular battle.
I'd like to point out that, so you might notice that we are 100 years in the past, but we have the option to play as Riju. And Teba.
Mysterious. I wonder why that
makes
could
no
be.
sense because those are present characters, and this is partially just because the game allows you to have a wide selection of characters, and in New Game Plus you can play as characters that would not yet be unlocked at that point in the game, casually speaking. However, why can you unlock them at all?
I wonder. Would y'all like to see a cutscene that made me cry when I played this game the first time? And on subsequent replays? So there's Daruk. We don't really care about him. Again, Daruk kind of sucks.
Justice for Derek.
Justice for Derek. There's Mifa. There's my girl.
Mifa!
So you'll notice
My
that
fish queen!
these blights are like huge. They're way more powerful than they are in Breath of the Wild because they haven't had 100 years to atrophy.
They also got sick hair.
Yes, these are full-powered, elementally charged blights. They're about to kill these characters. Say goodbye.
No.
Yep. So we don't get to use these characters anymore.
Oh no.
Unless...
What?
So yeah, time shenanigans. So I'm gonna skip the cutscene from here because the rest of it is boring Gorons. But
I love that the text under Sidon is just winning smile.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like this is where it becomes.
It's very
it becomes fan fiction in like the best way possible. That they're just like, yeah, well, unfortunately, you can't play as the younger characters because this is 100 years ago. Unless, well, wibbly wobbly timey wimey is happening, and sure, sure, you can now play as Sidon and Yonobo, who's playing as Yonobo. And by the way, please cry.
Yes. The voice direction in this game is excellent. One of my main problems with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is that the voice direction is very odd and very stilted and kind of rough. But in this game, the voice direction's incredible. Zelda's not unbearable. She's fantastic. And that line where he says, "No, you will not take her again," it makes me cry. It's so good. It's so well delivered. Shout out to Sidon's voice actor. But that also, if you'll notice, canonically means that these are characters, if not from Breath of the Wild, from like the timeline where all of the champions die. So Sidon had to like live through the death of his sister, and then he gets a second chance to save her. When he's old enough to do something about it. And it's such a beautiful writing moment. Yeah, like he finally has the strength to do something about it. He's given the opportunity. And fun fact, they all go back to their time at the end. So he has to go back to a world where his sister's dead. Ugh. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool and not very sad at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, not to make light of that, but I'm convinced this is a Naruto game because I'm pretty sure Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations does this exact thing.
I think that it does, actually. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so you can play these two missions in any order, and it just changes which reveal you get, because they unlock simultaneously in the regular New Game and not New Game Plus. So you can either watch Sidon and Yonobo come back first, or you can watch Taba and Riju. There will be no debate with me on this. The correct answer is to do Sidon first. It is
I
by
agree
far
100%.
the most heartfelt.
It's so impactful, and like not getting the twist. It's so. I'm sorry if I stole that twist from anybody in the past 5 years that you haven't played this game, but yeah, it's very good. Also,
it's so well done. Hi,
yes, egg. So the egg is going to give us passage into the divine beasts, and now we get to fight the blight cannons for the first time, not the last time. We have to fight these guys so many times. They keep coming back. But blight is always water blight is always going to be chump, no matter what time he's in. Watch this. Elbows stay dead. Considered, I'm going to use the weak tape attack because it's fully grounded just to style you, idiot.
Get styled.
Dummy. But yes, so
L plus ratio.
L plus ratio, plus your dad's stupid, plus pig child, plus I hate you.
I'd also like to call attention to it because we don't really play as Sidon because he's unfortunately very slow. Sidon's ability, his playstyle as a character is that mid-attack...
Joke for a second here. He does this. He does the pose. And it damages enemies.
If you are mid-attack and during certain windows that the game makes very obvious to you, you choose to pose for style points, he does extra attacks that do more damage afterwards.
Yes.
He just does a, hey, wait, I'm not done! And it's incredible.
He's very Devil May Cry, that it's like his taunt is damage.
Yeah, his taunt is, let me do more. Sidon is one of the most fun characters to play as, just for, like, sheer charisma.
Yeah, he's great. Unfortunately, he is one of those characters where his fastest movement option is just dashing constantly, which is very slow. And speaking of characters, unfortunately, this is not the last time that we're going to see Riju, but it is the last time that we're going to select her, because while she is still the fastest character, her damage is starting to fall off. It's not obvious with the taluses. They're pretty easy to just take out with bomb runes, but you'll see coming up we have our fight with a Fire Lionel and also then Fire Blight. And for Fire Blight, we're going to have to do some very specific choreography for her. And the Fire Lionel, I'm just going to pray that the strats that I have keep up, because sometimes the Fire Lionel does not play nice. But Riju's damage is starting to severely fall off at this point in the run. So, unfortunately, we will have a last hurrah for her next mission, but that will be the last that we'll be seeing of Riju for this whole thing. So, enjoy your time with Riju. Donate telling us how much you love Patricia.
Patricia!
Did we get a $5 Patricia chain started? Patricia Dono train?
It's not a train. It is a line.
Caravan of sand seals.
Yeah,
yes.
it's just a caravan of people surfing off the backs of sand seals.
Exactly.
It's a much more fun method of movement.
So here we are going to use a Patricia. We're going to use a weak point, or we're going to use a big blast to reveal the weak point gauge. We're going to take it down with a bomb. We're going to weak point smash Fireblight, deal a bunch of damage. Then we're going to do one more special attack here to hopefully damage him all the way down. He was very kind.
As we pointed out earlier, at the beginning we try to sort of stay away from the weak point smashes and the like special attacks, because they come with this big animation that is a set duration. No matter how overkill it is, you still have to sit through the entire animation. It's not gonna stop when the opponent's health hits 0. However, when actual attacks are starting to fall off in damage output, the cost of sitting through that animation becomes more and more worth it. So you are going to see them in an increasing amount towards the end of the run to make up for the fact that we are dealing with bigger and bigger enemies.
Yep. So we're going to be swapping our characters out here. We have Calamity Ganon. Oh, so this is who we're replacing Riju.
Hey, Clammy Ganny!
Clammy Gammy. Shoutouts to Jiggy for calling this game Clam. Also, fun fact, we're going to hit full mission here, because you all paid to have me suffer. So we're going to do a Divine Beast battle after this mission.
Get out your popcorn, y'all.
Yep, also Calamity Ganon just flies as an orb. Fun.
Orb Ganon.
I kind of wish that he turned into his, like, snake form, but, you know, you take what you can get. But this is the best form of Ganon in any media ever. Don't at me. Best Ganon. A very similar cutscene there happens where both of our champions are pushed to the edge, and then Riju bodies lightning bolt or Thunderblight Ganon with a sand seal. It's actually pretty fantastic. Thank you. So there's a glitch that can happen sometimes. I don't actually know what causes it, where whenever I try to give an order on the pause screen, my cursor will just be in the top left. It could be pretty easily fixed by just quitting out and then going back to the screen to do it again. But it's annoying and loses me like a couple of seconds every time it happens. But here's Bike Zelda again. So like Pippi mentioned when we were in Korok Forest, Bike Zelda has her overdrive mechanic, which you can see her heat gauge underneath my special attack gauge right above the character portraits. So I can't stare at that the whole time. So basically, I'm going to be going off of pure vibes to tell when she is overheating. I can feel the controllers start to rumble. She will also start turning orange. We want to be riding that orange for a while. If she starts to turn bright yellow, then I want to let up off the gas. It's a very technical character to play, and it's a ton of fun to just manage her stamina as you play through. Also, yes, her bomb rune is incredible. She just summons a big line of them. Also, teleporting bikes, cool, fun.
Yep. I just wanted to say, I'm out here, actually, sorry, quick interruption. Ganon is excellent. They have unique throws for every character saying other characters' names, and why on earth would Zelda be like, alright, your turn now, Ganon! Like, it makes no sense.
It's all on you.
Excellent.
It's so good. I love that Ganon's throws are and
yeah, he doesn't really do a speaky very well.
yeah.
But
He's doing his best.
I was gonna say, I'm so jealous as my run yesterday for Phantom Hourglass. I don't get to see the stamina indicator at all. You just
Yeah, that's true.
Hope you don't get dizzy. I'm
Also
so
Zelda's
jealous. I
midpoint
wish
smash.
Link turned
Vehicular
yellow.
manslaughter. Egg.
Just booped him with the bike.
Yep.
So here we're gonna have to fight Thunderblight. Thunderblight, again, almost swore, a jerk, a very unkind little gentleman. So we're gonna be locking him down. We're gonna use a special attack here. This should be close enough. He might be too far. No, that should be good. Yes, so we're gonna hit him. That we're gonna use just for the stun. He was too far. No, he got hit by it. Okay, so we're gonna pray that he actually takes. Okay, we're good.
There we go.
So we do that just for the stun. Very good that I have 3 bars of that built up, just to lock him in place. We have 3 fights with Thunderblight. That's the first one. The second one will also lock him in place. The third one, I just gotta get good. Thankfully, the third one will be done with Link, so hopefully that will not be too terribly difficult.
This is the equivalent of the Blight skip in actual Breath of the Wild runs, where you just stun them and watch them kind of twitch and take damage for a while.
Yeah, pretty
Except
much.
That's an actual skip, and this is just a stun and pray.
Yep. So this is our last hurrahs, Riju. Thank you, Octorox, for being just the worst. They will just stop you in place while you're trying to run around.
Riju, Patricia, I love you!
I love you. You are
Also, I'll
perfect.
never be able to hear it as Patricia again! Patricia!
It's Patricia. Ba-doom.
What are you saying in Quebecois? I don't know!
So, remember how I said that every character that just has to dash is very slow? So Calamity Ganon's really huge, and his dash covers a lot of area. So he's actually pretty quick just doing it.
Yeah,
he's
he's just got a massive, like, model to his character.
Yep, which we will make very good use of coming up. He's also the only character that will actually use Magnesis on, because Magnesis is almost entirely useless for every character. There is a very cool system in this game called rune counters. You may have seen it pop up, that enemies have like a little like indicator that shows like the rune symbol in front of them when they're doing certain attacks. So that is a cool system where you can use the rune on them while they're charging up a strong attack, and it'll immediately shatter their weak point gauge, open them up for huge damage. Magnesis is only useful for rune counters. Otherwise, it's just like a stupid little beam. Except for Calamity Ganon just shoots lightning at people, which automatically stuns them. It's very useful. So that'll be the rune of choice for him. His bomb rune, not great. Everything else about him, pretty darn good. He does a load of damage. We are headed into Windblight here, our first fight with Windblight. We're going to dash forward, we're going to use a special attack, again trying to lock him down, and then we're just going to try to combo him to death. That should work. Great.
Yeah, shoutouts to Calamity Ganon's animations all being absolute nightmare of particle effects.
Yeah,
the movie,
he causes a lot
the
of lag.
musical, the book, the video game, the movie.
Yeah, so we're gonna turn away from Windblight. Windblight just teleports away. He doesn't actually die there. That's because he's gonna ruin my life in this upcoming Divine Beast. I hope everybody's ready. You paid for this.
Here we go.
Here we go again. But yes, so many particle effects and a huge bakery for some reason. They really just caked up this lad. I don't know why. They had to put so much butt on Calamity Ganon.
Yo, can we get some donations for Calamity Ganon's bakery?
He's again.
It's an
bakery.
independent business.
He don't got cake. He is a small business owner.
He is a small business owner. Well, speaking of donations, we have one from Snail for $20.06 saying Mario will be more aerodynamic with that loose shirt.
Thank you so much, Snail.
How close are we to our incentive being met?
We have only $5 less for a nipple percent for Super Mario Odyssey, and if you love seeing Mario's nipples as much as Pride does, you'll want to get that $5 so we can see that.
I want to see that. So we're going to head into our Divine Beast battle here. I want to make sure to get this right because you all paid for it. Most Divine Beast battles, like I've mentioned, are slow. they're auto scrollers. They're very cool, super fun to play through. Make this game extremely amazing. They're super cool to watch. Hopefully this will be a great spectacle for all of you. They also make me want to pull my hair out. This is one of the most technical parts in the entire run. The category that I play is technically an extension that I made up because nobody else is in this this community that cuts out the Divine Beasts because it was giving me agita. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be playing as Va Meadow. We have two view modes that we have. We can view from above or below. We're going to swap to below, take out some outposts, immediately swap back, use a giant laser blade attack. So we're going to kill some outposts. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's actually just aerial support.
Yes. Use this laser blade attack, build up a special attack, immediately use the Guardian Beam. This is the reason, by the way, why I play this game with Joy-Cons, because trying to aim this with the sticks is very slow. Joy-Cons, we can whip this beam around like it's Jaden Smith's hair? With the Smith that
Willow Smith.
Willow Smith's hair, thank you.
Whip your hair back and forth, come on.
Yeah, well, listen.
Oh, hey, look, it's Windblight Ganon!
Hey, it's Windblight Ganon. Please leave me alone.
Slides into screen. Slides
into your DMs. Like, so he's just gonna harangue us this whole time. He's gonna try to block our shots. We're going to use this, he's really annoying. We're gonna use this special attack, again, to scythe it across a bunch of these outposts. Again, the special attack kind of blocks my view of things. Also, the outposts on the far side are not loaded in during this whole ordeal. So I have to kind of blind fire at them, and now they have little indicators that tell me where they are. And get out of my way! Get out of my way! I hate you! I hate you!
Windblight!
So Windblade's just going to keep us stuck in place here. You can see how much damage he does. We're actually going to be saving this special attack. We're not going to be using it on these outposts because we can actually focus them down from this far away. You can see there's nothing loaded there, but if I shoot at it, it still dies. So Windblight's gone. Oh, we're safe. We're good, right?
We're missing one outpost.
So this is what... There's one outpost left. I'm a... no. There it is. I entirely missed that. There we go. So now Windblight Ganon has appeared. Oh my goodness, he was just here. So we're gonna wait for him to be right in front of us, and then we're gonna hit him with the Gat. Hold on, get in front of me, you... There we are. That should work, I think. Oh, he's wiggling. He's going to the right. To the right. We got him. So we hit him with the Registered God particle on my hip. And then he's gonna bust out of this stun, so we're gonna... No! Okay, so we're gonna do a backup. We're gonna hit the light blades to try to get some of these enemies on the ground. We're gonna build up a bit more special attack meter. Take them out, and there we go. So ideally, we would get them with with a stun lock in the first beam, he breaks out of it, and then we have like 2 frames, I want to say, to catch him in that beam to stun him again, but he just flew way out of range. So, thankfully, that was not too bad. That was a pretty good Vomito, all things told. Again, that took me, like, I want to say 2 weeks to learn to do properly. That can lose you so much time if you let it get away from you. Thank you all so much for coming to my TED Talk. This has been awful.
Yeah, shout out to Pride. As, that looked very complicated, and it's something that you guys donated for to see, so hopefully you enjoyed it, because sounds like he did not.
Yeah. It's a fun, like, it's cool. It's a little refreshing to return to it. I'm very glad I don't have to do that every time I run this game now. But we are headed into the 2 coolest named missions in the game. Okay, wrong one. We're good. Blood Moon spawned there. Mission's right there. We're fine. So these are 2 of the coolest named missions in the whole game. This is Relentless as a Waterfall, and Each Step Like Thunder.
Swift as a coursing river?
Yes. So we're gonna hit
force of a great typhoon.
Mysterious as the dark side of the moon.
Blood Moon! Sorry.
There you go.
Blood Moon.
Comedy achieved.
We did it, y'all.
We did it, gang. So this is probably the hardest mission in the game. Like, legitimately. This is going to be a lot to explain, so get ready. This is probably the most order-intensive mission in the whole game. So we're going to be retaking Akala Citadel here. Also, it is pronounced Akala, because people say the name of it in this game. I thought it was Akala, but whatever. So we're going to order Calamity Ganon to this Guardian here. We're going to order Mipha, who we're using for this mission over here. Mipha! We're going to order Teba right there. We're going to dash forward. We're going to get around this guy on this bridge, and then these 2 are going to be destroyed by Varuta. Thank you. Lots of lag. We're going to hope to get around this Guardian. Oh, come on, fat boy. Okay, we're good. So, again, 2 very large hitboxes trying to scoot around each other.
He's too dummy thick.
Yet
He's
not
too dummy
only does Calamity Ganon own a bakery, but he has to drag around a bakery of a hitbox, so...
Exactly. So we're going to be capturing 3 different outposts here. Again, just trying to maneuver before the game tells us to do something. These are, like, classically captured outposts. There's no large enemy in here already, so we have to deal with big bokoblins. This guy will ruin my life if I let him get away. That attack will just stun lock you forever. Okay, we're good. So we're good there. We're going to swap to Teba and take out the last one. And you can see that Mipha is auto-moving. We want her to be in that outpost by the time we're done with the one that we're headed to for Teba right here. So Mipha, in this mission, if you do not control her, she will be an NPC who has to be in certain places at certain times. So it's best for us to just do it ourselves. That way we don't have to wait for an NPC. And like Pippi said earlier, she's kind of a glass cannon. She's actually pretty darn good. There's also some tech that I don't know if Pippi has seen me do before, because I started doing it pretty recently. So Mipha's like main ability, as Pippi had mentioned previously, is that she summons fountains to jump through. She can teleport to them. Now, the fun part about this fountain summon, we're not going to do it on this guy, because thankfully he just opens himself up for a weak point smash here. But the first 3 frames of the fountain summoning animation deals damage before she like summons the fountain. So I got it a little bit there, but she was auto-moving backwards. We can dodge cancel out of summoning a fountain. So if it is not a full mash, it is a rhythmic mash between 2 different buttons to summon cancel. She just kind of wiggles, and that'll just deal damage. It's pretty difficult because it's not as fast as we can alternate. It is a rhythmic time, so we get those 3 frames of damage without summoning a fountain. So, I'm going to be trying to do that as we move forward here. In the meantime, we're just going to be capturing 3 different... I need to order Teba. Oh, thank goodness I remembered to do that. Okay, so we're going to order Teba over here. We're going to tell Calamity Ganon to get over here. Oh, no, that door's not open yet. Okay, we're good. Again, orders
my
are pretty
table
complicated. Yes, pardon?
Ordering Teva. I said I want mine with no cheese.
Ah,
It's a bad
Good
joke.
comedy.
Haha, comedy achieved.
achieved.
Comedy achieved. I want that like the Dark Souls like great enemy vanquish, but it's just like comedy achieved.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
So Mipha's going to be locked into a healing animation here. Technically, we're saving like our allies, but if we can do these enemies fast enough, then we can actually beat them without being locked in that animation. She might do it here. Nope, we're good. So we got no healing animations there. That's actually fantastic. Like, that is right there. I'm locked into that animation. We're good. That's as fast as that can be, which is fantastic. So we're going to order Mipha there. We're going to order Calamity Ganon to sit in this hallway for reasons. And then we already ordered Teba, who is going to be moving here.
Mipha is so satisfying to play as.
She is
Like,
pretty
I
great.
just love her animations. She has, like, these gorgeous splash effects to all of her attacks that, like, really make the, like, damage and impact hit home, which feels awesome when that is, like, half of this video game, you know, is, feel like the most powerful tank.
Yep. As you can see, like, I haven't even been, like, focusing on killing enemies. We're already at, like, 366.
Yeah, there are some
just
missions
from
that are like,
passively.
kill 18,000 enemies. Do it.
Fun fact, another reason why I'm not going to pledge a cent per enemy destroyed is that since y'all reached the Von Naboris incentive, we're going to have to kill 30,000 enemies later.
Oh, right!
That's like
Yeah,
$30.
that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it might actually be 300. But
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, we have to be there as Mipha. So again, just a fun little thing where we set her there before she needs to be. And then we've got Gasp, a Malice Guardian. So these Malice Guardians are like a huge deal for like the characters. They like at this point in the game, you probably have no way of dealing with these guys. They're really powerful. They deal a ton of damage and are very tanky. Thankfully, New Game Plus means that we can just kind of deal with them. But these Malice Guardians, fun fact, have the same amount of health as that Guardian that we fought at the very beginning of the game, in Mission 2. So if that gives you any indication of like how New Game Plus kind of affects that mission positively. Also, fun fact, we put Calamity Ganon in this hallway so that these silver moblins would be physically blocked by him because his hitbox is so large. He nice and
is a
thick for
door.
them halls. He is a door.
Yeah. He is a door that blocks the hallway.
Yep. Also, fun fact about why I hated playing as Calamity Ganon whenever I unlocked him, is that his attacks are normally very slow. We have a full slate of attack speed up, like, seals on him, so that he actually attacks, like, I want to say it's like 25% faster. But he does not have, like, stagger protection or super armor, as it's called in a lot of games. If he gets hit by an enemy while he's doing his normal, like, attack string, he'll just falter out of it, which is awful. So, fortunately, his third combo attack, so if you hit a heavy attack while you're in the middle of a combo string there, it will bring in, a special attack, basically. That's what we've been doing this whole game. I forgot to mention that at the very beginning. Sorry, it was a little packed. But, oh, did I get all three of them? Let's go! This is actually a fantastic mission so far. Like, this is going as well as it can. I'm very happy for that. But, yes, so, his third combo attack will actually have super armor that the rest of his moveset does not. So our goal usually with Calamity Ganon is to get to that third attack as quickly as possible, so that he like whips out the wings and like does the huge dramatic slam. It's very good. Also, more Hinoxes. Again, chumps. Chumps! We're gonna let our bomb rune recharge here. Again, benefits of New Game Plus. There's an upgrade that you can get. There's a bomb counter there. Nice flurry rush, idiot. Die. I didn't even mean to do that one. but we have an upgrade that you can get through the course of the game that will allow you to recharge your runes quicker. So that's just a lovely benefit. Ganon!
Thank you, Teba. Thank you, Quebecois
also,
Teba.
This is Daruk. He sucks. Thankfully, we aren't forced to use him at all. He's so slow. His gimmick is really dumb. He, like, summons, like, volcano rocks with his attacks that, like, you're supposed to blow up, but, like, they're not strong. Technically, he is the fastest character in the game because of this attack. This attack moves very quickly.
It does, like, no damage.
It does no damage. It sucks.
Yeah. And like, you might have noticed that throughout the run, we're kind of balancing how much damage a character does passively with how fast they are. That, like, Bike Zelda, it does a decent amount of damage, just hitting things, but doesn't have great crowd control, but moves very quickly. So once we need more damage and more crowd control to get, like, large amount of enemy kills at the same time, she kind of falls off usage in the route. Riju has better crowd control and really high speed, but she falls off usage in the route. As fast as Daruk can go, he can't do anything else.
Yep.
So
that's essentially it, yes.
He just kind of invalidates himself in terms of being useful ever. None of his abilities seem to do much. If anybody out there wants to do some speedrun science for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity and find the mission where Daruk can, like, I don't know, clip out of bounds and skip a bunch of stuff by putting a volcano rock, I don't know, up against Calamity Ganon's butt. I don't know. Find something. It would be great, and you can see more Daruk. But in the meantime, goodbye, Daruk.
Bye, Mipha. So we are going into another... Yeah, unfortunately, she's not fast for the rest of this run. But we are going to be going into another Divine Beast battle here. So this is Va Naboris, who controls very differently from the rest of the Divine Beasts. So she is a massive camel. Shoutouts to Shadow of the Camelossus. And she has a massive lightning blast as her attack, not like a gun or a physical attack or anything like that. So we have a lightning meter that we'll be managing in the top left, you can see. That will be refilled whenever we rush into enemies like this, and it'll be drained by our attacks. So we're going to turn, we're going to do this lightning dome here. Hopefully we're going to get all these guardians. Nice. So we're going to turn to the right here. We're going to hit some more enemies. We're going to be building up a special attack. There will be another group of guardians that'll spawn. You can see my reticle here. The motion controls for this are awful. We're going to turn to the right a little bit, and we're going to do another lightning dome. Excellent. That's actually perfect. So we're going to rush over again. There will be another huge group of guardians that'll spawn right over here. Thankfully, we're ready for them. So we're going to kill that moblin real quick. We're going to sit here. So Riju will have another text box here. Something, strike like a flash of lightning. Yeah, there we go. And then a bunch will spawn in, and I'm going to hit... Not that button. I forgot that I remapped some controls before this mission. It's fine. I just can't recenter my motion controls, which might be an issue. But we're just going to whip this around. Sorry if anybody gets motion sick from that. Not much I can do about it. But we have taken out all of those. So you can see in the right there, our mission now is defeat many enemies. 10,888 out of 30,000. So, yeah, basically we're going to be running around this area counterclockwise, attacking enemies, rushing through these big groups to rebuild our lightning meter, and then unleashing our lightning whenever we hit a larger group of monsters. Each of these large, like, platoons of bokoblins down here is about 1,000 enemies each. I couldn't tell you if that's accurate. Pretty sure that's a padded number, but it does feel very cool. And this mission is very neat to just optimize. Genuinely, some of the most time that I put into this before I stopped doing Divine Beasts was this mission. So then we got a ton more Guardians spawning, and we're going to use another special attack.
Pacific Rim 2 looks great.
Yeah.
What's up?
I was gonna say, if you'll notice also in the right-hand side of the screen where it says the enemy count, there is a timer that is counting down.
Yeah, I have to do this within 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is actually, like, some of these missions are really difficult casually because, like, casually you're not routing to optimize for speed usually, and you're figuring everything out on your own, and you have, like, 6 minutes to murder 30,000 enemies, and you're like, what am I supposed to...
Yeah, it's pretty great. And again, like I said, these like enemies have, or these missions have some of the best names. I think that we'll actually finish this off with a special attack, which would be really cool. They have really cool names. They're describing like the divine beasts, where it's like, these are your dungeons for Breath of the Wild, and you're piloting them now. 29k. Oh, we didn't quite finish it off. This group of enemies over here should do it, though. These flying guardians are the worst. Actually, a massive pain in my behind. We're so close. There we go. These guys should do it.
Are you ever in danger of dying in this run? Ever?
So no. Because we have gotten all of the health upgrades in the game, and there's basically a hidden armor mechanic, I would say, as you level up more for your characters, they take less damage. So level 100 characters with all the health upgrades from, like, side quests where you collect materials and you can go through, like, alternate reality battles and stuff. We are never really in danger of dying. And that's the great part about this run as well, is that there's no point where the run can just die. Like, I also speedrun Okami. There's a lot of spots in Okami where it's like, if you mess up too badly, the run's over. You can't recover it. This being a mission-based run, like, it's basically all a skill check of how fast can you go? Are you comfortable with keeping on going, even if you're behind, to try to save that later? And I really like that about the game. It's pretty neat. But yeah, you're never really in danger, and especially because it's mission-based, if you fail a mission, you can just try it again. So it's, I would say, honestly, a pretty great introductory speedrun if you want to learn one. Like, it's, especially this run, is safe. It's not too terribly hard to learn, I would say, but it has a high skill ceiling. As I say, as I miss the door. Thank you for the tiny burning
nice
rubble
collision.
that Peta can't fly over. Cool. Thank you. Fun stuff there. But yeah, it has a high skill ceiling that it's like, I'm not even the best that I could be at this game. Like, I've been playing it for, what, 2-3 years now? About 2.5 years now. Like, it's very, very cool. We're gonna hit that.
Yeah, that's something to be said about mission-based games in general. It's like, what, like 20 small speedruns back to back?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm sure, Fodder, you can relate coming from Twilight Princess as a background, but coming from Skyward Sword as a background, where we're doing file shenanigans, it sounds so relaxing to not have to worry about mid-showcase. Did I just bork my files irreparably? Like, 30 minutes into this? Because,
I just soft-locked. My last save was 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, oh god, like, you know, I love me some absolutely glitchy, buggy messes. That's my favorite type of speedrun to perform. Oh, they come with their own brand of anxiety that, like, it becomes, can you execute this trick much more focused than, like, trying to have perfect movement, which I think is also something that, like, makes a speedrun kind of frustrating to learn in a lot of ways, because you're like, but I got the trick. Where am I losing time? And then you forget that there's also a speedrun element to it where you have to have good movement.
Yep.
That's Zelda games in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Yes. Fun fact, checking in with our story. Calamity's still going on. There's this guy. Again, I was going to make the joke of literally who.
Is that Zelda?
Dude, that's just Zelda. Orochimaru.
Yeah, that's the Legend of Zelda right there. This is where Link canonically dies, by the way, in Breath of the Wild, where they have to take him to the Shrine of Resurrection and he loses all of his memories. So they bring back the Blights. We've already killed them. These guys come back like things that come back a lot. What am I thinking of? There's a phrase for that.
They come back like head lice.
They come back like like a stubborn head lice. So this is a pretty great moment of Link's just like, hey, go, do your thing. And Zelda's like having her identity crisis. Cockroaches, thank you, Orchrist. Come back like cockroaches.
Is that cockroaches come back?
Is that Sheikah outfit for Link based, or is that a skin?
You can use any of the outfits from Breath of the Wild.
All
nice.
of the characters in this game do have like a outfit select menu that you can use to pick out their outfits, and yet really only Link has an actual outfit menu. Like he's the only one who has options.
Yeah,
everyone
Zelda
else
has the maternity dress or the winter outfit. Also, Zelda saves the day here.
Yeah,
she's not too late.
Deus Ex Machina, something.
Like I said, play this game. I beg of you. It's very good. So she shuts down like everything. And now, like, normally this is where you would get the bow of light as a weapon.
She's on the motorcycle again.
Now she's on the motorcycle again. We don't need the bow of light. We have the power of a V8 engine under our thighs.
She's like, Link, I've discovered my personal power! And then I decided that the motorcycle was better.
Link, vehicular manslaughter is actually pretty cool.
240 horsepower. Now I'm picturing Zelda with a Harley Davidson jacket.
Honestly, like if somebody is into modding like models for this game, I beg of you, give me like Zelda with like a biker jacket and like shades.
Oh my god, yes. But yeah,
like honestly.
COVID safe femboy Link is my favorite Link.
COVID safe femboy Link.
Got the Sheikah face mask, and the
Gerudo Vi.
Gerudo Vi, yeah, the Gerudo Vi outfit. Personally, that was the outfit that I wore for the majority of my casual playthrough of Breath of the Wild. But I'm cute though.
I was telling Glubbers, the Glubbers, beforehand, I was just showing him some stuff, and I was saying that is not my favorite outfit in this game. My personal favorite outfit in this game is you have the Dark Link like pants and like tunic, and then the Lionel mask on, and it just makes Link do the Lionel noises. Also lining up. There we go. He just goes like roll, roll, roll whenever he's attacking instead of ha yeah. But every time that I put that outfit on, the run just is awful. So it's just a curse. And I get good runs when I'm using the femboy outfit. So fate has spoken is what I'm saying.
Can we just hear it for like hi, I'm probably much more of a fan of like the more classic 3D Zelda formula than
oh my goodness.
The newer one.
Sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Feel free to donate with your hot takes on which Zelda formula you prefer. Exclamation point donate. Let's start a war.
Let's start a war. Guys, let's start an argument.
We're gonna summon the Calamity real quick. But I will say that, like, personal take as a femme video game enthusiast, I'm a huge fan of modern Link just being kind of gender neutral in presentation. It's like so fun to like go around in Tears of the Kingdom and be like, hello, I am Link, savior of Hyrule, and this is my frostbite backless dress.
Also, fun fact. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but I fought a fire guardian here, and it died here and didn't clear the outpost because this outpost you can see is a little long. The line ends here. If he dies right here, it doesn't count. That is the most annoying. You have to capture the outpost like manually. It is the most annoying thing that can happen. Also, Pearl's gonna have maybe my favorite line in existence here, just because it's a little very silly. Hold on. Oh, gears and screws! So remember how I said that we're gonna lock down Thunderblight? Heck you, Thunderblight. I'm gonna use a rod on you. So he's standing in a puddle, right?
Yep.
So, much like in Breath of the Wild, elemental abilities have environmental effects in this game. If your enemy is standing in a puddle, they will take increased effect from the ice or lightning rods. And if they are standing in grass, they will take increased effect from the fire rod. You can see here, if I do this, you can see the little fire symbol. That means that it is increased effect. It's pretty neat. Very
Fire
good.
apple.
Fire apple.
That's a cooked apple.
If you use your apple, you get an increased effect in apple.
That's true. You get more apple for your apple. It's pretty great.
Unfortunately, the charger is proprietary.
What's your apple stat?
I'm at like
$800.
Yeah. So we're gonna lock him down here, and again we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit strong attack, and so far away we wait for the day. Oh, the lights are so wasted and gone. Thank you, Dragon Force, for writing songs at 200 beats per minute.
Shout out to songs.
Shout out to songs. Shout out to music. Shout outs to specifically the remix that Variety did for this game that was in the loading screen.
Gosh. Yeah, shout outs to all of the arrangements that Variety did.
Yeah, I don't
so good.
dance. That song makes me dance. Like, that is such a bop. Like, once that beat hit, like, once the drop hits and it starts doing the, like, Zelda's Lullaby part, oh my god. I was freaking out when she showed it to me the first time.
Also, shoutouts to, we mentioned this yesterday, but if any of y'all saw the song at the beginning of the Phantom Hourglass run, also Variety's handiwork, incredible. And Pride, our runner today, was our vocalist for that song, and also incredible. We love fake German.
We love fake German.
And we love Linebeck. He is also a weird fake German, I guess?
Yeah.
Except I do the run English, but, you know, that's fine.
So we have another Malice Guardian. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another song. Sorrow drips into your heart through a pinhole, just like a faucet that leaks, and there is comfort in the sound. Yeah, there we go. So Marching Bands of Manhattan by Death Cab for Cutie, also 200 beats per minute. So there we go. There are 2 songs that I know that can keep me on time for that. Because fun fact, with that attack, you attack too slowly. Obviously, you don't get the damage out of it. If you mash too quick on that attack, you lose damage because it will just eat your inputs. So very specifically, 200 beats per minute gets the maximum damage out of that attack.
Got time for a donation?
Oh, I absolutely do.
All right. Well, we have $5 from Etchy in honor of Calamity Ganon's butt. We have reached nipple percent for Super Mario Odyssey.
Thank you so much. How is this? How is the run with 2 A-Spec members on the couch the horniest run of this?
Listen, we didn't say why we're excited for nipples.
That's true.
I'm just excited for Mario to get to express himself in whatever way he sees appropriate.
Exactly.
Link wants to wear a Gerudo Vi crop top and a COVID mask. Excellent. Love it, Link. You're rocking it. Mario wants to go topless. Mario gets to go topless. And the viewers also want Mario to go topless.
Yeah.
Zelda got serious for a second.
Yeah, so story update. Zelda has kind of turned the tides of everything by getting her nonsense together on time for once. Again, Fantastic Hero's journey. She has basically like taken over the mantle of leadership because also, fun fact, the king died. That's a plot point in this. The king gets blown up by a guardian laser. It happens slightly
important
off
question.
screen.
Which king?
Yes.
Because apparently there are like 3 canonically in the timeline.
This is King Roam. This is the Breath of the Wild old man at the beginning that is actually the ghost of the king who dies.
Spoilers!
Oh, yeah, spoilers for the beginning of Breath of the Wild from
Spoilers for the first 20 minutes of Breath
I'm
of the
sorry.
Wild.
Spoilers for the first 20 minutes of Breath of the Wild, where if you play in, is it French, where the old man goes,
It's Italian. If you have not heard... Yeah, no, the Italian version of the old man like coming in on the paraglider, which again, he's a ghost. He doesn't need a paraglider, but whatever. He instead of like in English where he goes like, "Hey," he goes, "Ah!" It's like
it's really
the greatest.
good.
It's so good. It is the greatest thing of all time.
It's excellent. Spoilers for that. That's what we're spoiling.
Spoilers
by the way,
for
he's
the
dead.
old man.
But
by the way, he is dead. So
hope you didn't get too attacked. Attacked. I hope I didn't make you feel attacked when I told you about a screaming old man.
You know what? I hope you did feel attacked when we told you about a screaming old man.
Watch out for Johnny, the screaming Alzheimer's patient.
Yeah, I'm getting
Who am I?
into this run. Oh yeah, the Yiga aren't dead. Well, some of them aren't dead. A few of them. There are allies now.
The Yiga took my egg!
They took my egg! So they decided, like, hey, Calamity Ganon's actually, like, kind of bad. He kind of killed a lot of us. Like, that's not great, right? And then everybody else is like, dude, are you dumb? And then Master Koga's like, yeah, a little. And it's like, you know what? He's just a little bean. It's fine. And now the Yiga are on our side, and Hyrule is starting to, like, unite together. It's pretty great. Like, it's this story, again, harping on it too much. Also, nice Flurry Rush, idiot, die. Not to harp on it too much, but
L plus ratio.
Really, it is one of my favorite games of all time. I need to play it casually, quote unquote, again. So this is Link, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna charge up a spin with him there. That automatically staggers the opponent, which is amazing. His 5th combo just opens up a weak point. And then you can see that he has a big, like, light wave that he throws if you let it go. If you dash into that light wave, Link's hitbox keeps the damage properties of it, and you can double up his damage. The earlier that you do the dash, the better it is. So, like, I didn't do it on the first frame that I could there, so it didn't do a ton of damage. But we can see if we can show it off. 3, 4, 5. Lionel attacked a little too quick. Done. Okay. We'll get 2 chances to see it better later. But now we have Teba. So Teba is going to teleport. We have activated the Shrine of Resurrection with our egg. He's not kidnapped. He was simply babysat. So we're going to use the tower to travel over there. And basically, this is the moment where Nintendo said, well, specifically, Omega Force said, we paid for the whole Breath of the Wild Hill, we're gonna use the whole Breath of the Wild Hill, and put a
there it is.
There.
Hi, Korok.
So, yeah.
I would also like to point out that, if you too would like access to quick travel just like Teba, or healthcare, please donate to Planned Parenthood using !donate in the chat. Quick travel not guaranteed.
Hashtag fast travel is a human right. Let's get that trending on Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good segue if you're just joining us. This is Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025, benefiting Planned Parenthood. It is more about their beliefs that your body is your own, and less about the beliefs that fast travel is a human right. But it's more about being in control of your own body, which we all very appreciate. And we have just met the nipple percent for Super Mario Odyssey for the next run. But there is still something that you can donate towards. There is a $20 minimum donation for a set of playing cards. Yeah.
They're
That's it.
They're gorgeous.
Also,
I lost all the words in the English language, but the important ones came out.
don't worry, you're hanging with two other hosts. We've got you because I want to talk about. Hey, we just got the schedule link in the chat. Because we may have met that donation incentive, but we have plenty more coming up. You should go check out the schedule because well, first of all, we're going to see Mario's nipples, but also later on, I'll be back later to hang out during our Majora's Mask race with the Chaos incentive, which, if you have not experienced it before, is a Rejects and Friends favorite. You get to send runners on fetch quests in real time.
It's going to be pretty great, y'all.
There was one event where we hit Hundo and then had to unhit Hundo because it turned out that Hundo was impossible because it crashed the game because we spawned a character that could not exist. It was really cool, and it was the most confusing experience of my life, but I loved it. Every second of it was incredible, and we are bringing back the chaos. So, there's plenty more marathon to watch, and also, hi, I'm going to continue to be annoying and talk for another hot minute. Planned Parenthood is a really good cause, and I say this from some amount of experience that I have family who used to work for Planned Parenthood. They make a huge difference in a lot of people's lives in terms of just providing resources in little ways on a daily basis that really do make a huge difference to people. So please, if you are considering donating to charity at all, consider !donate and help us raise more money for Planned Parenthood. Okay, I will get off my soapbox now. You can have it back.
All right, Pippi's not tall anymore. She got off the soapbox.
Oh no,
Thank
should
you,
I go
Pippi.
get
That
the
was
heels?
wonderful.
Yeah, get the heels. So, thank you very much for that, by the way. That is very true. But we are into the end game. We have 2 missions left. So this is mission 19. This is all Hyrule United, which is, again, just a really cool, sentiment. This is everybody in Hyrule. This is all of our friends.
Look at that background. It's so pretty.
It's so good. There's a blood moon going on, but not a real one. A fake one. But this mission does have a lot of real blood moons, as in the game mechanic. It's pretty annoying. But, also, I did lie to you. The king's not dead. Oops. He's alive.
What?
Turns out... So, I mentioned earlier that, Zelda, as, a gesture of, showing her father that, her, aspirations to be a researcher are not, useless, that she can be more than just, her bloodline and her sealing power. It's a very, empowering message. It's, really beautiful, genuinely. And she gives him a little, device, an ancient device. If you look closely, you can notice, as a player, that that's an ancient shield, which auto-parries Guardian lasers, and he, quote-unquote, died to a Guardian laser. So we see a cutscene later that the thing just activated and blasted the Guardian that tried to kill him. So it's just, a perfect setup and payoff. I love it so much. This game's writing is so genuinely, very good. But now, King Roam is directing our offensive, and we're trying to recapture Hyrule Castle and get to the inside of it to attack Calamity Ganon. You can see we have our goal on the inside is to get there. We're going to order our characters to the last places that they'll be in this mission. Ganon, right there. Thank you.
Ganon!
Ganon! Well, Link goes, But, yeah, we have a ton of enemies that we need to defeat here. Basically, there's a big shield around Hyrule Castle, and it's being sustained by the life force of a bunch of enemies. So we have to kill them. We have to kill these guardians along the way. Teba, you're going a little too far, my guy. Thank you. Sometimes he just likes to go the distance. And yeah, can we get that? We got him with the dive. Let's go. So we're going to have a set of taluses and fire and ice moblins here. We want to kill all of those as quick as possible, because there will be several cutscenes of the this shield popping up and then like redoubling in strength. I actually don't know if that fire moblin died there. He might be at like 2 health, because I think that the damage didn't go through. No, he is very dead. Excellent. So we want to kill this Igneo Talus, my goodness, as quick as we possibly can. We're going to take him out, and then we're going to swap to Ganon and immediately take out a Ice Talus. I don't remember if it has a special name. Frost Talus, maybe? Yeah, Frost Talus. I'm actually going to use a Fire Rod here to try to get it a little bit faster.
Malice Frost Talus.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of Malice enemies now that are just like coated in the like goop that Calamity Ganon makes that makes them like super strong. It's actually kind of a problem in casual gameplay. So now this cutscene is going. We have skipped one of these because we managed to kill both of those in quick succession. I agree, ZWS. The story in this game is phenomenal for a Warriors game. Like,
yeah,
what? Nobody needed to make a good story for this game.
The story for, like, if anybody ever played the original Hyrule Warriors, and, like, I say this as somebody who loved the original Hyrule Warriors, and there are things I think about the original Hyrule Warriors that, like, I prefer gameplay-wise over Age of Calamity. Like, I do think that Age of Calamity is a much more sort of beginner-friendly experience in that it is not as mean to you as the original Hyrule Warriors is. The original Hyrule Warriors asks you to do a bunch of work to maintain ground, whereas Age of Calamity is much more focused on you do work to gain ground. You pretty much will never lose ground. But the story for the original Hyrule Warriors was also fan fiction, and was just not interesting.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, so I made this OC, right? Don't steal her. And she's like the hottest thing in the world, and she really likes Link. So she chases down Link, but like then her hots for Link makes her split into good and evil. And the evil part's like the hot part, and the good part's like the one that uses a stick as a weapon. And then like the good part meets Link. This is all real, by the way.
This is the actual plot.
And like they don't smooch, but like they could smooch. Also, shoutouts to the slow animation for this. Cool. This weak point break takes like 10 seconds. And then, but the good version, like, or the bad version, like, combines all the Zelda timelines so that Midna can, like, almost smooch Link as well. And there's a lot of girls that come back and almost smooch Link, and they're all like, wow, Link is the hottest thing in the world. It's legitimately, like, somebody has opinions who wrote this game.
It's, like, the really, like, self-indulgent kind of fan fiction, whereas this is just the blind fun kind of fan fiction.
This one's like, hey, what if Zelda was a good character?
Yeah, and also had good voice direction. Like,
yeah.
a hot take, I despise Zelda's voice direction in Breath of the Wild. And
I think
like,
that's a shared opinion.
When I first heard it, I was like, it was a mistake to cast a Canadian actress and ask her to do a British accent. What is this? Because, like, no, that's not a good British accent. And then you hear it in this, and, like, obviously you're not hearing it in this because we're playing in Quebecois. But if you play this in English, like, no, she sounds great. Like, with decent voice direction and, like, just better takes. Yes, she sounds really good.
Fantastic.
It fits really well. Like just pulling out and putting away his sword while people are talking. Yep.
Yeah.
That's me too sometimes.
Also, shoutouts to the Malice Lionel, an enemy that if it appeared in Breath of the Wild would probably kick people's butts in. We're gonna have some fun with him though. Come here, buddy. Oh, you played nice. This isn't really making my point well for me. There we go.
He's
probably the easiest to flurry rush enemy in the entire game. All of his attacks have massive windows to flurry rush him to death. Oh, but not that one. Alright, he's gonna charge up. Well, Malice Lionel is probably the biggest chump in the game. For being, like, the scariest thing. Except for
Get to ride the Malice Lionel!
And then you stab your sword into his spine. Like, that's just brutal. I love
I
this
do
game
believe
so much.
the majority of characters have, like, different animations on their beat point smashes, depending on whether or not the enemy dies. Or like, they do, like, more dramatic stuff when the enemies die, and, Lynx is just good.
Yep, it's just really, really good. But we are approaching the end of the run here, and I am remembering, for once, we get to eat some snackies.
Snackies!
It's time for snackies. Fodder, what snackies would you like?
At home, remember your snackies.
My fiance just brought me back some milk chocolate filled with sea salt caramel. So.
Oh wow, we're gonna get a lot of meat. 32% extra damage meat, to be precise.
I thought you were just gonna say 32% extra meat.
Well, I was gonna say that, and then I realized how it would sound, and then you said that. So that's gonna get clever. We're gonna get 32% extra meat, everybody.
I have a muffin.
Congratulations. Does that
That's
give
also
you
coincidentally the
30%
tagline.
That's the tagline.
Tagline for nipple percent: 32% more meat.
Oh, I thought you were saying that the tagline was "I have a muffin."
Also you can control. Sorry, you can control the egg. I almost spoiled his name. You can control the egg on the screens. Oh, sorry, he doesn't have a name. I mean, he's just the small guardian. Why would he have a name? That's definitely not the scene that makes me cry the most in the entire game. What are you talking about? So we got that 32% extra damage for a very specific reason. First of all, we're going to freeze these guys in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then get those. That should kill... Oh, only one stall moblin. Alright. The other stall moblin will fall pretty easily, though. Again, stall Hinox. Whatever. Sit down. Got him. Alright, so now we are going to run up here with Link. We have to fight... Where is the... I got turned around. There we are. We have to fight all of the blights. So we got our snackies so that we can take care of the blights in one shot for all of these. We can just do one, like, weak point smash and it'll be fine. So we're gonna go fight Thunderblight. This is the third Thunderblight fight. Like I said, we don't really lock him down here. We just kind of gotta get good and hope that he's nice to us. Darn, I didn't get the... that was, would have been a very, swag-filled, flurry rush, but we did get the dodge. He was pretty nice to us that time. That's pretty good. Alrighty. We're gonna head
let's
up.
hear it for Link's dash. Just being,
Yes.
I got a shield and I'm a run.
So that is actually a DLC ability that he can charge a spin, and he releases it. His normal, like, running dash attack is shield surfing. It's pretty great. We're gonna pop Fire Blight Cannon here. I hit the wrong button. Again, very bad, like, bombering for Link. Okay. Got him. Pay to win, woo! Yeah, it's, like, marginally faster than shield surfing, but it is faster. We're going to tell Link to stay right where he is. We're going to swap over to Ganon. So, Water Blight, again, chump. Hey, we have lightning on a stick. So, Water Blight, again, no problems, ever.
Yeah, once again, any enemy that is an elemental has the potential to do extra damage, but also if you have the sort of elemental that would be strong against that, they have a huge vulnerability. And Water Blight is, I believe, frost elemented, which is vulnerable to electricity.
Yep. Fun fact as well. So Water Blight is not Frost Elemented. Frost Element is not vulnerable to electricity. So Frost is weak to Fire, and Fire is weak to Frost. Electricity works best for environmental, like if there's standing in water or something, or if you're just Calamity Ganon. Water Blight Ganon is the only water elemental enemy in the whole game. He is uniquely weak. It's very
Really?
funny.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
Today I learned. Can you tell I don't run this game? I'm trying to hide it best I can.
So we've got 2 bosses here that we have to fight. So we have Harbinger Ganon, which is the evil egg. He transformed and he's evil now. He can be kind of a jerk. We're good, okay. That should be fine. He's also going to do a PNG slide up after I beat him in the face right here. Watch this. Uppercut. Bagoom.
Bagoom
And watch. And... Swoop. Just like, he has almost no animation for that jump, so he just PNG slides upwards. It's so good. Now we're gonna fight literally who, once again. He's real angry that we just don't care about him.
Yeah, he's fighting for relevance.
Pretty much. We're going to weak point smash here. That'll knock him backwards and give us a little bit of crowd control on him. Just enough for us to build up to this combo to falter him and weak point smash. And he should be dead here. Yeah. Just a couple more hits. Alright, Aster can also give us a little bit of trouble there. He likes to teleport around. Weirdly, not a playable character. A lot of people were mad about that. That he's just, like, not playable.
It is just kind of a Hyrule Warriors staple that you can play as almost any of the humanoid characters, and like also a lot of the fights wind up being repeats. By the way, we still get to be Zelda on a motorcycle. I just want to point this out again. More
that was
Zelda
our last little bit, unfortunately. This is the end of Zelda on a motorcycle.
Appreciate the motorcycle!
The final boss gauntlet here. So we are forced to link as like the saddest thing in the game is about to happen. So our egg has been possessed.
No!
So he hits us with a taunt first. That's his first and last mistake. So we just killed our egg. There he is. He's dead. We have time left in the estimate. I'm going to show everybody the saddest cutscene in the whole game.
My egg!
So this has been Zelda's, like, buddy the whole time, by the way. I hope everybody's ready to actually cry. Like, this is awful. Her tear revives him for, like, just a second.
Is this Tears of the Kingdom foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Yo.
Wait for it. Wait for it. He's playing Zelda's lullaby to get her to stop crying. For him.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually fucking tragic. Like this. Oh, I broke the streak! No!
No!
This cutscene did it.
It's very evocative.
Oh, it's so good. I'm legitimately tearing up. It's so sad.
Eggy boy!
So, she rebuilt him as a child. Like, that's his whole backstory, is that he was her guardian. And, like, that was what she and her mother bonded over before her mother died.
I've never seen this cutscene in Quebecois.
It's pretty funny in Quebec.
Listening to French is always funny to me, because I, laugh at the couple of words I understand. It, like, catches me off guard.
It's like a knife to the heart. You're not gonna leave me too, Terrico. His name's Terrico, by the way. We learned that at the end of the game after we kill him.
En tant que princesse d'Hyrule, tu dois te soumettre à un entraînement rigoureux. Tu n'as nul besoin d'un jouet de la sorte.
Man, the king's kind of a jerk.
It's like, yeah, he grows throughout the story. He's sorry about it, but he does believe that he has to do it to save the kingdom.
Yeah.
That it's like they know that the Calamity's coming, that Zelda has to save them. And he's like, no, you have to focus on being the Sealing Maiden. And he's like, ah! And we killed him!
There is we.
There's we.
Hi, sorry we murdered your egg.
The ensemble shot to mourn the egg.
Mm-hmm. And then the music kicking in. Ah.
Hyrule.
Femboy.
He looks good, okay?
He looks good. Listen, the bun works for him.
Everything's working.
Everything's working. Please play this game. It's so good. It just made me cry live on RAF. I want you all to know this. So we're gonna switch to Taba. We're gonna go kick Calamity Ganon's ass. I already swore, so we're gonna do it again.
Kick Clammy Gammy right in the bakery.
Thank you. I was about to say that. I'm gonna kick him right in the bakery. Small business owner, meet the mob.
Oh God!
It's time for a health inspection on Calamity Ganon's bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be satisfactory?
Also, shoutouts to the boss version of Calamity Ganon is like, I want to say 50% larger than the playable version.
Yeah, was it, don't
Never talk to me or my son ever again. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not fighting him, he's got a shield. We can literally do nothing to him right now.
Clammy Gammy, come out of your shell.
Plot armor.
He's cheating. He literally has plot armor. He's literally cheating. So this is the true might of Clammy Gammy. What can we do? I don't know. What can we do?
Woo?
Woo? What can we do? Woo? We also still have enough time to watch this cutscene as well. I want to show off my favorite game for a second. Wait for it. Parry! He parries falling masonry. This game's amazing.
The egg!
The egg.
Eggy boy!
Egg is the hero we need.
Oh,
He's
he fell.
falling over because he can barely stand. What do we do, Woo? Link saves Zelda, then Zelda saves Link. Like, it's so good. He's limping.
You go, little egg!
Imagine if they had this writing team on Tears of the Kingdom.
Right? God, I wish.
Tears of the Kingdom already made me cry, okay? I'm a sucker. Breath of the Wild did not. The story for Breath of the
Wait
Wild
for
is
it.
such
He's
a
not an
touching
egg.
thing.
He's not an
He's
egg.
a grenade. So
Yeah,
we can walk you around with a live grenade all game.
Let me
And that's
rephrase.
last piece.
Imagine if this writing team was on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
There we go. Exactly, that's the holy hand grenade right there.
exactly.
We counted to 3.
Allons-y.
Allons-y!
Allons-y. And then the music. The best track in the game, IMO. When the main theme, like, comes into the battle theme. So now our egg blew up his shield. No more. So yeah, Tabo's gonna wreak some destruction. We do... Oh my goodness, he just pancaked me out of the air. So we do have to end the game as Link. So time will be at the end of this boss fight. We're gonna hit a phase right here. It's gonna drop us down. We're gonna skip the cutscene. We're gonna swap to Link, and then our X button will change from, once he's at low health, it will change from weak point smash to seal. And once we hit X to seal, that will be time. So we're gonna weak point smash, that'll drop him real low, and then it should be on our next thing. Combo, good, he gave us good combo, and seal. Time!
Well done.
And
well done.
that is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Thank you so much, everybody, for indulging me in my dumb little game about fan fiction and Zelda and eggs.
Jericho will miss you!
Jericho will miss you. Worry not, you can rebuild him. You literally rebuild him piece by piece through, like, post-game content, and you can unlock him to play as.
Also, yeah, you
Great.
just cleave Ganon in half.
Yep, and if you weren't convinced this is Zelda's, like, game, Link does not deal the final hit to Ganon, Zelda does. This is a really great game. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much, Variety, for letting me show this off on RAF. It has been a wonderful pleasure. Thank you so much to the community. Y'all mean so much to me. I love being able to contribute using my dumb voice and now my dumb gameplay. This has been just a great honor. Anyway, I think that we are about ready to wrap up. So I've been TheKingsPride, also known as Pride. You can find me at twitch.tv/pippyinatophat/subscribe. Thank you so very much, everybody, for having me. Pippi, where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Pippi. You can find me in a couple hours, back here to, host for the Chaos Incentive. And if you want to find me beyond that, you can go to, twitch.tv/TheKingsPride. I'm sorry, TheKingsPride!
TheKingsPride. Thank you.
There you go.
Huge shout-outs to Fodder. Thank you so much for hosting
Yeah,
for
thank
us.
you so much for joining us.
Yeah, this was a
and
great
dealing with
time.
Our nonsense, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pride, for showing off this game. I haven't seen much of Hyrule Warriors or Age of Calamity, and it's definitely encouraging me to dust off the cartridge that's on my shelf and play it for myself.
It's such a good experience.
Yeah, and with
Yeah, that just about does it for us. If you want to take us out.
Sure thing. Yeah, with that, thank you so much again, Pride and Pippi, for the commentary. This was a great chaotic run, and it seems like it's pretty approachable from a speedrun standpoint. I had a lot of fun watching it. I am encouraged to try it myself. This has been Age of Calamity, and you are watching Rejects and Friends Cold Sweat 2025 benefiting Planned Parenthood. And next we've got to run up Super Mario Odyssey. Any percent, including nipple percent, we've got that incentive met. So if you want to see a sleep-deprived, mostly naked Mario interrupt the wedding of a dinosaur and a princess, stick around. We'll be back with you soon.